Greetings and salutations, scoundrels. It is more rogue trader today, as we continue to encounter the timid and gentle creatures of this verdant land, the Wasserbjörn of this universe of Star Trek fame, that would never hurt a fly, unless that fly was made of meat, and in their territory, within mauling range, that is, in which case they would hurt the fly as well. Such is simply life in the far-flung future of the 34th millennium, and Star Trek, depending upon its creator. Let's see, is everything stacked up accordingly? Yes, more or less. Goody good good. Oh, wait, hold on, no. Bad you two. There we go. Wasserbjörn. It's German for water bear.
I'm not accustomed to being
That and a
ordered
little bit
around.
of Norwegian added in for additional
As the
context,
Emperor
of
commands,
course.
you, my Emperor!
As you would do.
All too
Well,
easy.
Pascal, I think you're the one who's going to get chewed on the first, so let's help you out a little bit. I also seem to
Nothing
have
I
a
can't
frightening number of action points all of a sudden. Not sure why.
Beyond the science, I venerate you, machine spirits.
We shan't complain about it too much, we shall simply use it. Right. Realign.
Already done.
Front line.
Nothing I can't do.
The benefits of having an extraordinarily tight encounter is that you can just put down the things as required.
Faith without deeds is
And
worthless.
Genta.
Doubt is for
And
the
a one.
weak.
And a two.
This is why I was chosen.
Oh, did you
I
have a
will
third?
not.
I thought you had the third. And a four. Yes.
If it serves your cause.
Alright, come on, kitten. Do your worst, Pascal. He deserves it. He really does. Which one of these was the line nuke again? I keep hitting my own dudes because of that. Apparently... Wait, is that the... Yes, that's the line nuke. Okay, don't use the
I
line
am a
nuke.
navigator, not a servitor.
Not when there are people in front of you, at least. Just burn
Me?
their minds out instead.
If you insist, Lord.
Simple dimple. Actually, I could have done that 3 times better.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Is there any limit to the number of times you can use your psychic
Tried and
powers?
tested
I'm
tactic,
presuming
and
it
the
has
best
to
one.
do with, God help me, with,
I'd rather not.
psi rating, yes.
Request approved.
That would make a degree of sense.
Not a problem for me.
As the Emperor commands, for you, my Emperor!
And then the
Another
pussycat
soul
learned a
slips
valuable
beyond the
lesson
veil.
about ambushing people heavily armed with modern-day
A
weaponry.
new challenge for me?
This, incidentally, is the reason why most animals fear humans. Not because they don't know they can't take
Nothing
us. They
escapes my
know they
sight.
can take us. Obviously, they can take us. They're bigger, more ferocious, and far angrier, and much, much
I
hungrier
better
than we are.
myself through my service.
But we have taught them through countless
Duty
genocides of their
prevails.
kind
Failed my kin.
Victory awaits.
that we usually possess far more ferocious weaponry than they do. See,
My house would be proud of me.
there are countless benefits to simply just committing wanton genocide against anyone and everyone you encounter. Hello, Grenadier Rebel. I take it you're gonna notice me? No? Notice me, Senpai? No? Okay, then. Well,
I
I'm just
won't
gonna go in here
tolerate
and
weakness.
Tag that. Argray donates $12.59. Hey Larch, good luck hunting Heresy and Demonettes. Also, High Fire Rush Stream Fund. God help me. Okay, okay. It's actually starting to take off now, I guess. Note that down. No, we are going to talk. I was wondering, I seem to remember some sort of dialogue occurred here. Monkey, you should not be here. Warren, I am calling you to account. You said that the great danger threatening the Lilithian lurked in the hearts of the monkey, in their greed and ignorance, and all the while another enemy was looming over this world, an enemy whose tracks you should have seen in things come. Slaanesh, she who thirsts, is threatening this world, and you hid it from us. Answer me. Did you or did you not behold our greatest foe on the Lilithian's future? Did you lie to me? After Erelet's words, the two tall Eldari behind Murat stop moving. One looks around at the leader, while the other lets out a cry, muffled under his visor. The devil beside you cringes, as though the Eldari speech caused him pain. He strains to say something, but Morin makes an imperial gesture, and the soldier meekly straightens up and salutes, staring at the Xenos with slavish devotion. Gasparuni, he's being mean. He's being a grumpy puss to them. What a filthy Xeno scum. Irelet, the outcast, you left the path that was set out for you. You brought unknown monkey to our refuge. Hover over monkey. Eldar racial slur for humans. Similar in tone and delivery to N-word. Okay, well, good to know. And now you speak to me with your unseemly anger. Your long wanderings far from crud has altered your mind and tainted your sight. Xenos! Prostrate yourself before me, filth. Bring your entourage to heel, Irelet the outcast. Their mere presence offends my sensibilities. The least they can do is display the obedience we have impressed upon our monkey servants. This Elantak was the first person to discover the coming of Silantresh, one of those whom the monkey call Chaos Gods. Without him, I would still be deceived by your words about destiny and the true future. Really? I mean, you see the plants trying to eat people and have vicious, violent sexual intercourse with other plants. Shouldn't the... You know, am I required here really to be like, that looks unusual? And like, oh. Wow, yeah, now that you mention, plants shouldn't actually grow 6 foot cocks out of their stems. This is indeed unnatural. There might be chaos involved. Potentially. Monkey revealing paths. It's ludicrous. Monkey bring pain and strife in our time, and for all time. How can you trust Monkey after what we taught you, after hearing the sorrowful song of the dying world? It was not chance that brought Crud Arch. Monkey destroyed our ancient home, stripped us of our defenses, doomed us to wander amidst the cold stars. Ooh. It was the Imperium, was it, that destroyed their stupid home? Go Imperium. The colors of these Xenos are painful to behold, but there is just as much pain in their hearts, or could it be fear? Despair? I cannot tell. The hues are too strange to... Cassia flinches and a trickle of blood runs down her cheek. You should not try to read the emotions of Eldar. Filthy, filthy, unnatural things. I originally gave them a perfectly good reason to do so. Yes, I believe so as well. Or it could be that your uncontrollable hunger to destroy everything in your path reigns over your every thought and deed. Says you, genocidal fuckwits. The only reason why the galaxy isn't even an uproar to begin with is because of you little dirtbags. You are playing with words and avoiding questions. The Lilathan is under threat from our eternal foe, and yet you are more concerned about the presence of the Elantak than the corruption that is flowing through the veins of this world. Did you never consider that your war might simply be hastening Silantresh's triumph? Perhaps the ruler's servants, in an effort to protect her, will resort to more and more instruments of corruption? You left Crud in our darkest hour to gratify your ego. You came to us on Lilathan, and I accepted you as one of our own. I even gave you a real purpose, Irelet the outcast. And you dare to insult me? A farseer? It was a mistake to let you into our circle. You have turned our efforts to survive into dust with your own hands. More Xenos waffling? I am a child of Asurian, Warren, not a plaything in the cold hands of fate, which you claim speaks through your mouth. My choice of path is no worse than yours or any other Aldari's, and my path calls me to fight our true enemies, not eradicate the monkey. If it comes to it, I will stand with them, for this is Elantak, can see what you are blind to, Farseer. Perhaps Warren would see a little more if he bothered pulling his head out of his ass. I don't need to read any other options, that is the clear one. You have revealed your true visage, monkey, my kin, do your duty, get rid of the outsiders. Are you insane? You're condemning us all to death in Silantresh's maw. I won't let you kill the Elantak, Warren.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
I will level you.
It's like, oh, he told me to pull my head out of my ass. That comment struck a little bit too close to home. It is time to resort to violence. Which, to be fair, violence is very often the solution to most quandaries that encounter modern man. Not always, but, you know, overwhelming majority of the time. Argenta. Can you be anywhere that, you know, isn't directly in the path of all of the hostile people? Sorta, kinda, in a way, but I don't really want you over there either. Albard, you're supposed to be over there. Go there. Oh, that actually opens up a neat bit of cover. There you go. Fantastic. Irolet. God help me. Where are you? Okay, you just stand in the open. I don't value that much anyways. Let's see. Havoc 1137 says, Arch, be sure to check every cranny of Kia Gamma and Dargunos for Theodora's cache. Also, recruit Space Wolf so we can say there's no female Space Marines. The Space Wolf is safe now. I think he's about exactly $5 or $6 safe, actually, so he's quite good. And Night Shroud. Arch, since the witch is still alive, this is for Cassia Romance. Cassia, best girl. Cassia Romance is definitely safe. Cassia is best girl, after all.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's see, what's the range of this? A lot, as it turns out. Okay, well, I mean, don't mind if I do. Lovely, lovely. Actually, should have done the boost your heroic actions thingy-bob there too. That would have been useful. Alright, realign.
All
Front
too
line.
easy.
And Pascal. Not that you're necessarily all that worthy of the extra hit points, mind you, but you
Already
tend to
done.
get beat up very easily, so we might as well buff you whilst we're at it. God damn, you're starting to get a lot of hit points, aren't you? As mentioned,
Nothing I can't do.
keep blasting. The easiest way to hit the Eldar is to not aim for the Eldar, but rather at somebody standing in front of the
You'll
Eldar.
regret this.
Okay, that's a really high rate of fire, and I kind of want that now.
Pain cleanses the body.
Okay. Well, that was annoying, and presumably
I will
standing
bathe
in
this
that is
battlefield in
unfortunate, so
righteous fury.
let's not activate burst fire mode, and patunk-katunk-katunk. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, unsure about the exact scope and scale of that, but I'm presuming over there.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
You most assuredly are.
If
I
it
don't see
serves
why
your
you keep
cause, I deal death with my
protesting
hands.
so much. I know you are pet. Eldar know you are pet. Everyone know
This
you are
tedium is
pet.
beneath me.
If you were not pet, why are you so fluffy? Answer me this. If not pet, why pet-shaped? The eternal question the Eldar can never answer. Well, Argenta's looking worse for wear. Okay. This
Emperor,
is not necessarily
give me strength.
intelligent, but... Oh. Really? I see. The fascinating architecture makes that a lot less effective than I was hoping
If
for.
I may.
Well, still... Not too bad, but the way this video game understands, well,
As duty demands.
height
Notice for me.
somewhat complicates things. And kablooey.
Do not dare ask.
Well, I was afraid that I put Cassia in a somewhat exposed position, and I still believe that she is in a somewhat exposed position, but if she simply kills everyone in front of her,
My vow is the Omnissiah condemns you.
then, well, the position is immediately made somewhat less exposed.
A tactically sound approach.
Calmly walk over there.
Victory is imminent.
Really, pull back on this blow. Get ready. Prepare yourself and kablooey.
One fewer target.
There we are.
For Von Valencius.
I think it's your turn as well. Come here.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Right. Anyone else?
Follow my lead.
I seem to remember this combat encounter being more difficult than this. Oh, are we about to have the more difficult than this part? Well, we've got some more sneaky boys at least. That's something.
Never wavered in the face
I
of
figured
adversity.
the, warp pathway to hell might have, I don't know, like, lessened in intensity or something. After the person
Not a
casting it
problem
was
for me.
mind-draped into
Nothing
the
I
dust
can't-
by Cassia, but I suppose I'm not entirely
All
correct on
too
that one.
Easy.
If you please.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a...
There we go. 67 goddamn damage.
From the ashes.
And people complain about Argenta being
Another one
OP.
is down? Absurd.
Well, to be fair, I did put Argenta in a
I go into
very,
darkness.
very, very exposed position there.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Monkey?
Ancestors guide me.
I'll probably kill him next turn, so put
You cannot
the
force me, Elantak. If it serves your cause,
video game. Would you stop it with the goddamn
I
summon?
understand your intent.
I know, I'm using that character. I'm aware of this as a fact. Right. The complicated nature of this video game's understanding of geography continues to cause me endless pain and suffering, but beyond that... You
Isn't
stunned
this
now?
a job for the serfs?
You're not. Okay, well, never mind. You're no match for Cassia's close quarters parrying prowess anyways. Silly, silly, silly. Illy Eldar.
That is foolishness.
I don't know about foolishness. Ah, yes. Learning no lessons about what happened to his previous comrade, the next Eldar runs up as well.
Vital functions successfully terminated.
It will be done. One fewer target.
I definitely
I've
remember
seen
this
worse
combat
battles than
encounter
this in
being
my time.
significantly more difficult than this, but I suppose I shan't complain too
pass.
loudly. 13%. Hold on, he's in the... fine, I guess he's an Eldar and all that.
Already done.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
My
Actually, you
time
know what?
is now.
Here,
I am
you've
not
got a
your
pretty decent
Xenos pet,
chance at this,
monkey.
don't you? Yeah, you do.
I deal death with my hands.
As mentioned, if not pet, why pet-shaped? There we are. Can you see that? No.
Just a minor setback.
Ah, you have elected to open fire at Adelblad. A bold and foolish maneuver.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
I mean... not really. There's no point in doing that.
Tried and
Adelblad,
tested tactics are the best ones.
your unworthy
At your
foe
beck and
awaits.
I will
Now
do
do
my
bear
duty.
in mind, they are Eldar. Which which means they are a
Indeed.
rather sneaky little lot.
At your beck and call.
5%. Okay, yeah, that's not great, I admit.
I move swiftly to strike.
Well, you tried. See, that's the benefit of being able to
If I may.
blow people's skulls open from the inside.
Tears for me.
Frighten me!
You can't really dodge it. Like, there's no getting out of the way of having your brain popped. Lord of the Opossums has been a member for 13 months. Very good, Opossums. Very good. Only 7 more years on your mandatory service. And says hi. Hello. Dogmatic. Kill Hirlet. Oh. Right. We've got some choices there, I guess. May the gods guard us against pride and wandering in the vagaries of fate. You'll make an excellent sanctioned Xenos. You'll make a fine Xenos pet. Moran was right about one thing. Your primitive consciousness prevents you from seeing anything that does not lie on the surface. My actions were not done out of a desire to gratify you. Nevertheless, gratify me you have. Like I didn't wish to get you off, Baka. Well, too late. You can't ungratify me. Perhaps the Crud demise filled Moran with so much sorrow that it poisoned his mind. Or perhaps it was hatred for the monkey, who desecrated the face of the Lathan that plunged his mind into darkness. Or perhaps he was simply an enormous retard. After all, he was a Farseer, appearing amidst her poisoned gardens. I will never learn the answer to this question, but perhaps if I uncover the secret of Crud's demise, I might be able to lift the veil even a little on this mystery. Right, Xenos pet. Come along then. The cage awaits. Wait, Alantak, before you leave, these forests forever, take me with you to the distant suns. The tale of the children of Asurion on the Lilathan is coming to an end. But somewhere out there, there's a color with my name on it. And your kind, us, calling the expanse. There are others, deprived of home, lost and suffering. We can help each other in Alantak. I can beg prettily, and you can be my wings, and I, wounding spear. And your voice of reason should you encounter my kin. If that is still not enough, I promise you a wondrous reward, Alantak. Eldar get remarkably wet in the vastness of space in exchange for the rescue of their kin. If you remain true to your word and do not go back on your covenant. Alright. I like it. We have a deal. Do not forget that the Lathan still needs help. Visin says Viart must be slain so the maiden world can live. And remember your promise, Alantak. When we leave the Lathan, it will be to go to distant stars. Warren saw them in his visions, and they sang mournful songs about the fate of my people. And I will fight beside you until the song of the stars turns into a funeral lament. Well.
Doubt is for the weak.
I wish there was a select all of the people in
about
my
time.
party
What
button.
advice do you seek?
Loot. I imagine the silly pirate woman would have been overjoyed with this place. This is pretty much a cold
None shall
trader's
stand
wet
in my
dream
way.
after all.
A trivial task.
So
new
this is a
challenge for me.
functional. Let's have a little. This is a functional webway right here. I just want to point out. I feel as if there should have been significantly more resistance around
Follow
a
my
functioning webway. I also feel like Irileth might be a bit more hesitant around, being on my team with a functioning webway around.
I beg your pardon?
I'll lay claim to the stars.
At the same time, I suppose their, place has already been blown up, so I guess there isn't necessarily all that. I haven't been over there. I suppose there isn't necessarily all that much to hide, really, as I presume it was once connected to Croddock.
It's about time.
I haven't been over there. I'd like to be over there. There could be loot over there. And Coroner donates 100 kroners for the Space Wolf. Thank you very much. Space Wolf is safe. Space Wolf will be companion. He will not be
None
abandoned
shall stand
to
in
the
my way.
unkind and ungentle mercies of Buckiness. I have been up here, Map. You have lied to me. Wait, how do I get up there? Wait, I've been up there too. I feel like the video game is dealing in falsehoods. The video game is definitely dealing with falsehoods. I've been here. Silly video game. Silly, silly piece of shit video game, actually. Right, back up to the ship to cure Argenta's crippled arm.
Follow my lead.
Right, I presume that counts as a trip to the Void Ship, so we'll go to Governor Wyatt's estate then. Right, well, Irilet, I guess Pascal's the only one who isn't... Like, because Adelbard's automatically in, Cassia's romance option, Argenta's kawaii, and this is kind of Irilet's quest line, so... Iduna, Henrix, J, Pascal. What one of you little shits? I mean, Pascal's probably the most useful one. Idira's getting kind of powerful, and we did get paid to save Idira, so we'll bring Idira along. Night Shroud says, Art, I hit backspace for select all party. Also, who'd I DM for Ratbrick? Me. If you're on my my Discord server, you just DM me with your little thing, your receipt for the super chat, and what you want your Ratbrick to look like. Nice and simple. And yes, that did indeed count as going back to the Void Ship. Lovely. Well, willpower, of course. Toughness, perception, fellowship, commerce, warp, persuasion, stuff, and stuff. Oh, that's not bad. Edge of Fate, critical chance, Fatebringer, arm penetration, flaws. Arm penetration, not a bad thing either. Predict downfall. Pain channeling. That's not bad either. I like that.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Oh, Sirating. No, never mind. Obviously that one. Alright, do I have that one already? No. Well, yes, obviously Sirating. Duh.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I've come to accuse your filthy mistress of being a cum-chalice worshipping heretic. I have evidence. The word of my Xenos pet, primarily. Why do you accuse me of worshipping sperm? Well, my new Xenos pet tells me that you do.
Victory
Is that
awaits.
what's considered evidence today? Yes. More or less. Hold on. What about the rest of my dudes? Greetings, your lordship. How may I be of assistance? Where is Arrest Woman? Found the Ramble's Nest, Visinia. Have you really, your lordship? And what have you learned? Everything, Visinia. I know everything. and now you have one chance to beg for mercy. Your lordship, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Then again, let's just leave the... Ruin's powers, attack. I am sick of your games and secrecy. Die. I told you you had one chance to beg, Visinia, not to equivocate, not to be like, oh, but Massa, I didn't actually do anything wrong. No. This is not pleading. This is not begging. I asked for begging. Well, she lowered a glass screen in front of me. I mean, I couldn't possibly deal with that. I know I'm carrying a high-powered sniper rifle. I could have still just, you know, shot her through the fucking glass, but...
be. Excellence matters.
Excellent, man. I failed twice to
None
pull
of
the
that hurt
candelabra. I don't know if my excellent truly does
Sins
matter.
hidden in the heart turn
As if my
all
excellence
to
is
decay.
lesser than I was hoping for it to be. And if you could just please thank you.
Blessed be the road that we take. The Emperor favors me today.
Curious choice of decor for a Xenos shrine. Argenta, did you manage to injure yourself? Yes, you did. Argenta, sometimes you are a little retarded. I just want to mention that real quick. All right. Get yourself a new medkit and...
Injuries will not slow me.
patch yourself up. Oh, they will. They literally will. You won't have a choice but to allow them to slow you.
I did fine.
I did. Ah. I wonder where she commissioned the giant
about time.
gold
Something
statues
nearby.
of demon monstrosities. I mean, I feel like that's not something you go to with your average, like, merchant. Like, so what do you want? What do you want, miss? Oh, you know, gold-plated demons, the usual. How exactly do these torture devices work? I mean, I suppose you could strap somebody to the, X-beam there and whip them, but... I feel as something a little bit more sexual would be required for a Slaneshi cult. Oh, good old beating chairs. I was expecting something like Judas Cradle to
Follow
be,
my lead.
around here. Judas Cradle, incidentally, if you are unaware, is a wonderful little invention of the, I believe, early Renaissance, where you took a metal pyramid and you had a
New
man
challenge for me.
elevated above it on ropes. So that when you had him hung in the air via the ropes, all of his weight was on the ropes. Uncomfortable enough. And you'd suspend him with ropes attached both to his hands and his feet, so he'd be hanging like in a V shape. Then you put the metal pyramid underneath his anus. You wiggle around a little bit so that the metal pyramid enters the anus, and then you slowly but surely start slackening the ropes until the entirety of the accused's body weight rests upon the metal pyramid. And then you just kind of keep doing this until eventually his sphincter begins to tear open. In the
won't
case that you
tolerate
encounter someone
weakness.
with the ability to clench really hard, you could also invert
Submit,
the
and you'll die quickly.
the ropes to actually pull him down on the cradle. But usually the average male sphincter is not actually particularly resistant to penetrative force, so I imagine it was relatively rarely required. Still, it's a valuable thing to know about. I feel like there's very little cover around here. Yeah, I don't want to go over there. Right, so if I'm... Am I first? I think I'm first. I am beginning to question the wisdom of my... Idira and Cassia are dead last. Well, that is mightily unfortunate. Now, that's what we call some really shitty, god damn initiative right there. Cassia, you could get a burst of fire out of Argenta before we get started, which might be enough to kill that little shit over there, so That's probably worth a
I
try.
am a navigator, not a servitor.
You, my emperor!
Not quite, but hey. Right.
Not a problem for me.
Buff. Not a
Suits my
lot.
purposes.
Albert and Argenta.
All too easy.
Rear line. Pew.
Watch and learn. Suits my purposes.
And if you could please. God fucking damn it. I'll put the front
Nothing
line
I
over
can't
there
do.
for now. I am presuming they're going to have some more Xenos weaponry with a remarkably higher rate of fire, so I'm a little bit worried about getting too exposed. You know, or hand grenades or something like that.
For the glory of the Imperium!
Jesus, you have a lot of actions, don't you?
I will
Yeah.
endure.
Yeah, those double stun grenades at point blank range there are going to screw me over quite horribly. That and my absurdly terrible initiative score, which means that my entire party acts after every enemy.
So that's what that feeling was about.
This is going to be a bit of a slog, I anticipate.
Victory is imminent. I will do my duty.
Full defensive
Indeed.
posture.
Death to the heretics!
A little bit of friendly fire, always nice. I mean, on the bright side, they're gathering up quite nicely, so when it's Cassia's turn, I imagine we could potentially wreak some pretty solid havoc here. Yes.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Yes, I believe we can. I wish I could step one step backwards, but
Me,
good enough.
if you insist, Lord Captain.
Alright.
I'm
Line
not
nuke
accustomed to
those.
a foe painted black.
And... what, brain burst that one?
As duty demands.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Not too bad, not too bad. Acceptable. Would chain lightning be a good idea
I know
here?
what is to come.
I mean, sure, why not? Eh. That was not quite as impressive as I was hoping. Oh boy, yep. Yeah, that's about all the veil nonsense I can do. Sandoom donates $50. Thank you very much, sir. Arch, if the Imperium learned that Rylanor, the Ancient of Rites, survived Isvan III of 8 to 10,000 years and then delivered onto Fulgrim a wound to his soul, would he be celebrated as a hero? Would he be made into a saint? Doing rat bricks again? Not today, but, I mean, Sandoom. With your donations, I was planning to sell the rat bricks for $30 commission. So if you want one, you've more than paid for one right there. So I'll happily give you one. They probably would, yes, if they even knew who Rylanor was. Now, the problem would be that they'd probably have to say that he was
If it
totally a
serves your
member of a
cause.
loyalist legion or something, because admitting that he was a,
I am
you
not
know...
your Xenos pet,
That was not the
monkey.
button I intended to press, actually.
If it
Because
serves your
admitting
cause.
that he was a loyalist Emperor's children, that would have certain complicated insinuations that the
is beneath
Imperium would not necessarily wish to embrace, shall we say. So they'd probably say that he was... I I don't know, like a fist or something. Anything, really. No. Daring breach?
We'll rule the stars themselves.
Yes, we're gonna need to do some proper damage here. And...
Someone else can do this.
Oh. Wait.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
What?
I'm not interested.
What?
I'd rather not.
What?
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Okay, I really shouldn't have pressed the medikit thing, apparently, because that used all of his action points without actually achieving anything, even when I used his heroic action. Okay, well.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
That is unfortunate. Unfortunate indeed.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Me?
Good enough.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Another one of those. Very nice.
Isn't this a job for the
and give
serfs?
Adelbard a few temporary hit points as well. Indeed, my dear. I'd love to use you for something useful, but,
What
you know,
is this foreboding?
with the veil being the way it is, I don't think that's going to happen. We're running a tightrope here, and no doubt about it.
Already done.
Make that the front line.
Suits
Pick
my
that one off.
purposes.
I mean, none of you really shoot stuff, so that's not really necessary either.
Nothing I can't
Cassia,
do.
a few temporary hit points on you would be quite valuable as well. But double. That would actually be useful. Yep, put that on that. Try and keep Adelblad on his feet. And speaking of, the best way to keep a man alive is to reduce the quantities of enemies standing around him. Parry, good job, Adelbard. Another parry, excellent, sir.
I have lost.
If
Shot
it
on the
serves your
handmaiden.
cause.
That was not what I wanted to do, but not that harms. Right, that guard over there has been a genuine nuisance so far because he's using an auto gun. Auto guns are kind of dangerous, so.
Xenos pet. I hear you
Louis, thank you very much. And we'll set up another shot at the Maid of Honor. All right. We're pulling it back quite nicely, if I may say so myself. Kirschblatt.
Victory is imminent.
Very nice, very nice. Now, Irlet will kill that little wench. But I don't know if we need to wait
If
that
I
long.
may.
0 damage. Interesting.
I am a navigator,
Oh,
not
no.
a servitor.
I was about to say, you're not immune
I'm
for
afraid
my
not.
psychic buttfuckery, are you? No? At the very least, not immune enough by any stretch of the imagination. Idira, could you get away with a... maybe?
But of course.
Yes, that does... Oh! Wait, so that reduces the... I'm a slightly bit confused, but very well, fair enough. Well, in that case, set her on fire as many times as you damn well can, because if that reduces warp interference, then that is exactly what I want.
Will do.
There we go, a little bit of healing. And that does increase the warp. Okay. Right.
Not a
Confusing,
problem.
but
Nothing of value
fair enough.
has been lost.
Why did I do that?
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
I can't see you, apparently. Are you sure, video game? Oh, and that uses up my... that uses up my movement. Okay, well, that's mildly frustrating. Aw. She tried to shoot me.
My place is at the fore.
How very adorable.
I'm
I
not
can't
interested.
charge either. Huh. Alright, well.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Okay, so she's clearly got
Isn't
something
this a
that
job
sucks
another
up the
bird
first
painted
psychic
on?
attack. But not the second one. Gabriel Nartea says, Indira always has at least a 5% chance to summon some nice chaos spawn, bloodletters, nurgles, demons, etc., even with the intact veil. Fun times. Oh yes, I know. That did happen to me in an earlier episode. It was, it certainly turned the encounter significantly spicier, I will say. You have done your duty, Elantak. From now on, the Lilathan has hope for the future. A future without Elantresh and her followers. This world has yet to be cleansed, but there is time for everything. Now is the time to thank you. What? Here? Boy, it's a bit public, but if you say so. Oh, but that's the last I hear about cultists. You're hoping in vain. The seeds these spawn leave behind may sprout in 100 years, in other people and other deeds. I pray that I am wrong. What about you, Elantak? Will you return to the skies, to the blackness amidst the stars, to seek a way through the gloom and tread the paths of more and more worlds? Will we ever meet again? I mean, you asked me to join me a while ago, but... Why don't you come with me? You clearly have the memory of a goldfish. I'm worried about leaving you alone. Go with you? Perhaps that way I could search for traces of my kin who survived the destruction of our world. I nod along, yeah, that's what you told me the last time too, correct? Yeah, tracking down your kin, and also, there'll be somebody on the ship who scares the crap out of everyone even more than I do. Well, Elantak, since your will supersedes human law, and Xenos and I will face no reprisals while I am by your side, I accept your offer.
Victory awaits!
Why, thank you. So, do you need me to write that down till next time, or... You know, will you,
Keep a sharp eye.
will you remember for the next time we talk about bringing you
It's
along?
about time. That didn't go as I'd hoped.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, indeed.
My success was inevitable.
It was. Right, and the blowy-uppy thingy is
Never doubt me.
there. Lovely. Notes on the aristocracy. To be an aristocrat is to exist in a higher state of being. Correct. I need read no more.
None shall stand in my way.
The author clearly knows what he's talking about. Stuff and stuff, stuff and things, things and stuff. Is that painting moving? No, but it should be.
A new challenge for me?
I feel like there should be something behind that door. But the video game is giving me no indication that there is anything behind that door, so I suppose there isn't.
I won't
yes,
tolerate
little
weakness.
Hookah addict, he's still just, you know, sitting there, smoking a pipe with his enormous clawed tentacle arm, and we're just gonna leave him be, apparently.
Follow my lead.
Like, you just stay there. I have no complaint with you, of course. No. Certainly not. Altus Quint, your lordship, what happened? Where is Lady Yvette? Dead now. President Veras, she must be avenged, hunt down, execute the conspirators. No questions? Execute as a traitor, Imperium. No, what's everything? I dealt with both of them. I mean, it would be nice to keep her legacy alive, I guess, but her legacy was kind of shit. So, traitor to the Imperium. Pew pew. Oh no, heresy. Heresy on Giannis? May the God Emperor watch over us. Whatever the governor did, I had no knowledge of it. We will root out those who colluded with her right away. Good boy. The secretary begins to speak, but thinks better of it. A wise man.
Victory awaits.
Well, I feel as if maybe Henrix would like to visit this planet afterwards as well. To maybe, hey, you know, just give it a quick once-over to see if there's any other plants with ginormous fallacies growing from them and maybe burn a little bit of it. See, I'm slightly worried about the prospect of exporting food from this planet now as well.
About
since,
time.
I mean, that's kind of the reason why we're here, isn't it? To get the food stuff from this planet exported to other planets. Exporting food stuff from a world we know to have been infested with chaos. Character level required 22. Features Law Xenos or base skill Law Xenos. Darn it. I would have liked to have that. You go on, you kill it. Okay, 1 XP next turn. That's cute, but I don't really have that much to use AP on, so my persuasion is still very high, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Weapon skill? I really don't need a whole lot more weapon skill, honestly. I mean, I've got 60 ballistic skill. That is not bad. I'm wondering if I couldn't pick up something a bit more oomphy. Two minimum damage on the sniper rifles. Not bad, though. In fact, let me have a look in my inventory real quick. Do I have anything fanciful that I could maybe make use out of? I mean, that is 18 to 25. It rarely does that damage, frankly, but it's a really, really high amount of damage. And it is a solid projectile weapon. Hunting rifle, 16 to 24. Max range 11, max ammo 3. That's worse in every single solitary way. Deals fall damage to larger enemies. To larger enemies. Okay, that's cute, but not really, you know, useful. Now, a needle pistol, that's a very cute aristocratic weapon. I do like the idea of using a needle pistol. And it does have a lot of armor penetration. Maybe as a backup weapon. Not that I'll ever remember to actually use it, mind you, but I've got it now. Let's just go with the solid projectiles then. Where was it? Solid projectile weapon. Plus 2 damage is plus 2 damage, and a little bit more ballistic skill. I won't complain about that either. Well, none of this is necessarily useful to me, but perception is always good for hitting. I mean, agility would be good for dodging ranged attack, but honestly, my snipers don't find themselves under threat all that often, so meh. 2 enemy difficulty tier damage for 2 rounds. That's pretty damn good. Guidance. All that's just really critical transcend. Meh. Meh. I mean, I'm presuming that that is a solid projectile weapon. Law Xenos. It should be pretty high. 80. Yes, I figured. Solid projectile weapon, then. What about you, Argenta? Shield of Fate. Flensing Faith. Melter, Flame Melter, Penetration. That's cute. And it does fit her flavor, so we'll pick that. Ballistic skill. Your ballistic skill is still 15, 60. It'll be 70 total. That's pretty sweet.
Shit.
Fellowship. Or is it willpower? That's my... It's willpower, isn't it? That's my... Yeah, it's willpower. Psi rating? Tech skill. Opinion, demolition... No. She doesn't have... She doesn't have psi rating, does she? Alright. Mastery over time. I'm tempted to give her Grenadier, honestly. As she does tend to be running up front quite a lot. One additional damage, every 5 bonus characteristic of the Vegas currently equipped staff. That's pretty good. Passive healing. Nobody complains about passive healing. Adelblad. Continue to stack on whatever toughness we possibly can. Less damage from critical hits. Lovely. And Idira. Willpower. Any more psi rating? Yes, psi rating 2, definitely.
None shall stand in my way.
Stack the shit out of that. We now have control of the granaries of Janus. The promise of help given to the liege of footfall of Vladium Takara can now be fulfilled, should the rogue trader so desire. Well, yes. Iconoclast, send provisions. The inhabitants of Footfall Station will praise the rogue trader who spared them the painful choice between starvation and succumbing to the reign of Incendia Cordia. To welcome the new rogue trader, the Adeptus Mechanicus plan to the office brought to the ship an offering of several versatile macro combines, ancient machines whose carcass has been found in Janus and carefully restored. The sacred steel titans will serve the Von Valencia's dynasty. Lovely, lovely. Alter requisite. Star Blight. 19 to 29 damage. Jesus. Well, that one. Oh, okay, so it takes time to execute. Alright. How long does it take to execute, though? Well, I haven't got the faintest, fuzziest fucking clue. Set up the Extractorum there, now that we've gotten a bunch more of them. Was there... 0%, so a while, I presume. Foulstone, okay. The tranquility of the warp was disturbed by reports of frightening sounds and visions that descended upon the crew. Hundreds of people reported knocking and screaming behind the bulkheads of the void vessel. The sounds of nails scratching against the hull and the elongated Eldaria-like shadows thrashing about the long passageways. The phenomena most prominent in the far corner of the officer deck, where the new Lord Captain companion named Irilet has made her home. Right, that's fine. That's just Irilet being a little bit creepy. It's okay. Right. What about this project? Is this project done now? I guess we're about to find out. Victorum Janris Danrock, Lord Captain, there is a conflict between the followers of the Orders of the Hammer and the refugees from the Windscale Dynasty's domain. An argument broke out near the tomb of the ascetic Nicomedeus Cephas, and the tomb was damaged in the fray. The pilgrims revering Sepphoris' rival, Philomenus of Malpi, claimed Cephas to be a thief who had stolen the relics of Saint Cognatius and disturbed the sacrament of his resting place to sate his greed. The Order of the Hammer is furious at the heretical statement and the desecration of the ascetic burial sites. As they should be. Form of coexistence. My guests do seem 1 week without 1 week without water rations. I do believe that will kill every last single solitary one of them about 7 times over, mind you. Say the advisors. By coming to a foreign realm, the Melipians are demonstrating their insolence. Penance should be imposed upon them. We will send them on a pilgrimage to find the relics of Saint Cognatius and to learn the ways of Saint Cephas. In this way, they would be of use for returning the lost relic, and the Order of the Hammer would be satisfied with a just verdict. There was a similar case of belief dispute at 5th Opelian Cathedral, and the conflict between the two cults was resolved in sacred duel. 20 champions from each side came forward, both sides vowing to accept the victor's teachings. If they lost, I proposed to invoke the cathedral's edict and settle the dispute in the same way. They believe their faith is superior, and let them prove it. Subject them to a severe test of faith. If they survive it, they will prove in their steadfastness. Even if the Order of the Hammer does not accept their arguments, it will be easier for them to recognize the newcomer's right to interpret the way of Saint Cognatius if they prove it with their own blood and pain. Yes, I like the idea of them fighting to the death. 4 dozen fighters clashed in a bitter struggle. Their forces were an equal match, and thus the duel righteous. By the end, only the indomitable Hectaricus, the priest of the Order of the Hammer, was left standing, and honoring their vow. The Malkians bowed down to him and accepted the teachings of Saint Nicodemus. That's how you do it. That's how you solve disputes, with violence. Indulgence for sale. Oh. I like the idea of selling forgiveness. Yes, let's go with that. Ah, I see. Okay, yes, that is far more useful. That is much, much more useful. Okay, I do have a thing there. Right, there was still a system where I didn't actually... was it there? I don't have any of that. I'll go back further. My apologies, Lord Captain. The enforcers report that your pet Eldare is in a foul mood and is moving towards the Captain's Bridge. We didn't dare stop her, but I expect that you have a difficult conversation ahead of you. Oh, gosh. Marcus Shen said, nuke it from orbit, exterminatus. But It's where we get all of our food from. We can't blow up our food production, even if the food is likely to be tainted. Listen, the church was pretty clever when it decided to sell indulgences. The ability to sell forgiveness for sin in an area of extreme religious purity.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantark.
I'm going to. I'm just lecturing chat about the selling of indulgence first. It was done, obviously, because the church was running a bit low of finances and cash. And seeing as the entire point of the church at the time was, you will burn for absolutely everything you did, well, you couldn't really live a righteous life without becoming an actual literal monk. And even then, you had to ask for forgiveness for everything you did. The entire system was set up to the point where you would always sin, because if you sinned, you would need the church to give you forgiveness. Pretty clever system, really, when you come to think of it. But when they figured that they already had all of the political power, they wanted financial power. And so the selling of indulgences became a popular and commonplace thing, where you would pay the church a little bit of money, and they would give you forgiveness for anything and everything. So even if you were to, oh, I don't know, for example, cuckold your brother by fucking his wife up the arse, a sin on several levels, then you could be forgiven by handing a cup of florins to the Pope. A great idea. Again,
Asurion knows that
capitalism
I do not care
always
about the
defeats
curious
democracy.
Glances of monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures? And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted... Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
Ah, so you wanted to engage in a little bit of bestiality. At least from the Eldar's point of view. Well, it's an admirable objective, of course. You know, every hole's a goal and all that. And this is certainly setting your sights pretty high, so I must applaud the crew woman's choice of targets. And for her ambition, obviously. But, you know, this is... Eldar tragically are not white women, and thus getting them to engage in such proclivities can require a fair bit of convincing. So you're gonna have to do this a little bit more carefully, you know? You gotta play the seduction game here, rather than just go up, hold her hand, and go like, so, wanna bang? Even in modern-day human society, that would often be considered a bit rude, on occasion.
Heresy is the question. Fire is the answer.
That's definitely the wrong answer. I feel like... I feel like there are better options than this. I feel like I need to teach her a little bit. Were you truly so offended by it? Yeah, let's hear her reasoning.
Try to imagine, Elantark, being lusted after by a wild beast. It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder.
Damn. We've got some real zoophilia rejection here, don't we? Which, to be fair, you know, relatively speaking, fair enough, but still. Repelled by the thought of a human desiring an Eldar. Ugh. Or a docile pet. God damn it, this is some real cringe flirting here. None of these are good options. None of these are good options. None of these are good options. Well, I mean, if she doesn't like it so much, I guess we'll push her buttons with one.
I have given you a chance by traveling with you, Elantark. If you were having other thoughts about me, cast them out of your mind.
Okay, less revulsion. All right, okay, less revulsion today. Apologize like a good simp? Gosh, no. I mean, kinda. All humans are animals. Okay, let's try reasoning with the Eldar. I think I know how this one's gonna work out, but...
No. Your kind's simple souls and narrow minds are the root of all these flaws. Narrow minds and simple souls. Every day, I feel as if I am caught in a trap, surrounded by a pack of wild animals. I am prepared to pay this price to find my kin, but everything has its limit.
Fully understand human thoughts and actions. Yes, let's teach her the error of her ways. Let us convert this racist.
I have walked the path of awakening, Elantark, and learned to see that which is hidden and hear that which is unspoken. When I found myself on the Lilithon, I watched your kind long enough to understand the true nature of Monkey. I do not think you can tell me anything I do not already know. Nevertheless, I will not protest. Conversations with you are the only thing on this ship that can ease my solitude.
Okay. So it's not that she's against sex with animals. It's just the question of the animal in question. Deep. One, you are a Xenos, a strange and unknown creature, and humans try to understand the unknown, for the unknown is the most frightening thing of all. I don't know if that's true in 40k, but...
Had any of them wished to understand my nature, they would have already run away in fear from one who walks the path of the outcast. But they are just trying to provoke me, hurt me. No. Monkey are driven by their instincts. To survive, to breed, to ensure the preservation of their species and the annihilation of those who threaten them. It is neither good nor bad. It simply is.
Again, Eldar wench, I feel as if you might be speaking a bit too much about yourself first and foremost, but details.
It was emotions that once brought down my kind, Elantark, toppling us from our pedestal as rulers of the galaxy. Indulging your weaknesses or whims does not make your species any more attractive.
I don't know about that. I want to point out that it was your Farseer that fell to temptation most recently. All humans are different? Okay.
Elantark, please understand that I do not find Monkey attractive. The mere thought of being intimate with one of your kind... Our conversation has only proved my point, Elantark. That Monkey and the children of Azurion are as different as night and day. Eldari do not simply see the world differently. They see more than any monkey can ever comprehend.
She is strong in her racism, I will give her that. And I admire such a staunch racist, absolutely, but I shall press on.
What do I see? Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer?
Seriously, I'm very tempted to blacken up my portrait a little bit to spice this conversation.
Of this world into the meager language to which your ears are accustomed. When I find my answer, I will pay you a visit.
Oh, good. Will it start with your birth again? It will, won't it? Fucking hell, that. Sandoom says, Arch, do you know anything on the Blood Angel Successor chapters? The Immortals. Learned of them yesterday and thought they looked really cool. Not off the top of my head, no. They're not a chapter that I've heard of that I can remember, at least not immediately. And Mark
Heresy's the
Deshain,
question.
you are going
Fire
to
is
make
the
her a
answer.
witch that will perform death by snoosu in the Commodore arenas. Oh. Well, that does sound fascinating. Should I be carrying flak armor? I see no particular reason why I shouldn't be carrying flak armor, so I'm going to continue to carry the flak armor. Right, J. Ballistic skill. Well, 65 and you still shoot like a absolute wimp ass. That's unusually pathetic. I mean, I feel like putting into toughness, but her stats are already so low in that regard, I don't feel like it's particularly worth it, honestly. Yeah, solid projectile. And weapon skill or toughness? Toughness for you, that will give me a nice round 50. Ten lethality, whatever the hell that means. No melee superiority bonus, that sounds good, and more weapon skill. Pascal, yet more toughness for you. Reduce armor, always nice. Right, speaking of nice, shuriken pistol, that is better than the one you have. Did I pick up anything other, Eldari? Oh, cute-like that you might want? I mean, the shuriken cannonball. Rate of fire 8 is pretty impressive, but, well, it actually does less damage than the pistol, so not actually that impressive after all. Melter gun. Well, it's better than that one again, so I guess you'll just use 2 of those. Plasma pistol, it's the same one you've got. Force sword, mastercrafted power more. You've still got your arc rifle. You've got your stick of stickiness. You can't use that, can you? You can. Well then. Do go ahead. That reminds me, 40. There. Have a heavier piece of armor. No particular upgrade there. Soul Pattern Power Sword, nice. That's definitely a step up. Where's Eldar Wench? There you are. Right. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Yes, it is. Quite a bit better, actually. There you go. And Argenta. Where are you? There you are. I think we just picked up your new flamethrower, if I don't remember incorrectly. It's not that, is it? Ooh. A singing spear. I feel like giving that to a psych is a bad idea, but... Was it just that? No, it was something. Oh, surely. Wait, did I not pick it up? Flamer. It can't have been that one. No. It was something way more heavy duty than that. I'm sure. Newest one. There it is. Infernical. 22 to 33. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. That is much more like it. Alright, more awful planets to visit. Orselio's Prophecy. Tempted to go back and see if I can figure some path over there, but... we'll risk the unsafe path. Apologies for disturbing you, Lord Captain. I just thought you should know the Lady Navigator has successfully guided the ship out of the warp hold and left the Sanctum Navis. But instead of going to her chamber as usual, she's headed for yours. Perhaps you will want to prepare for this meeting. Oh. What exactly will my little kawaii navigator want with me today? I also need to check out on... I don't think I actually own any more profit factor, so... Greetings, Lord Captain. I meant to inform you that our journey through the warp went well. My navigator's gaze perceived the light of the Astronomicon beyond the tumultuous waves of the Sea of Souls, albeit with some difficulty. The crew and the Master Helmsman conducted themselves adequately. My instructions during the jump helped them to find their focus and guide the ship without any serious incidents. Well, thanks. Well, 2, obviously. Kiss the ass. Kiss the ass that presents itself on your desk. It pleases me to hear this, Lord Captain. I am equally satisfied with your manner of command. I see you have many compelling works of art here, but precious few paintings. I, for one, do enjoy passing what little spare time I have with a brush in hand. Why, just recently, I created a beautiful voidscape inspired by our travels together. I cannot show it to you quite yet, as it still only exists in my mind's eye, but the imaginary... Oh, if only you could see. Well, I'm sorry to point this out, Cassio, but in that case, you haven't actually painted anything yet. Unique elegance of your work. Quite so like that. Might hope that your painting will soon adorn these walls. Is there anything else? Head pat. 2. 2 is more head patty. Do you truly wish that it would? But I must admit I have never painted for anyone other than for myself. You will have to forgive me, Lord Captain, but I don't think that this is such a good idea. These chambers are in need of masterpieces, while I paint merely for my own pleasure. One other thing I meant to tell you is that I am quite well read, and that my knowledge is not limited to the navigator's craft. I am versed in many other scholarly fields, such as the centenary history of the Calyx sector, or navigators are taught to familiarize themselves with the warp from childhood. Should you require my help, that is to say my counsel, my knowledge is extensive, so please do not hesitate to ask. I see. The kitty wants attention. I see. And demonstrate some of them. Well, clearly. Rogue trader, making suggestive intimations towards the Lady Navigator does you no credit. I would ask you to refrain from such frivolities in the future. Okay, a bit too much. God damn it. Difficult kitten, but we'll get there. Please don't tell me I need to go through a loading screen. Thank you. Silly little mutant. Let's see. Oh, God. I don't know if... for one interaction. Ah, God damn it. Fine. I did need to try and romance her, and that didn't go as well as it should. And I don't know how lenient this game is. I have a sneaking suspicion this might be one of those games where it's like, no. You pick all the correct options, or else. Send provisions to Footfall. Yes. End dialogue. Right, now I can click... Or no, I can't. Why can't I select projects? Okay, do I need to go to the other world to unlock the projects? Aha, okay. And it's... almost done. Can I not go there? I must go manually. Blah, 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 blah. Nothing of import. Unsafe. Eldari's a foul mood, of course. I need to save more often, apparently. I figured that it would save after every warp translation or something, but of course not. That would be far too convenient, wouldn't it? Loading. God, it's... Just put the bridge in a cache or something. You don't need to load this shit every single solitary time.
And still...
offended by it.
Try to imagine, Elantok, being lusted after by a wild beast.
Well, humans are not all animals.
Narrow minds and simple souls. Every day, I feel as if I am caught in a trap.
Human thoughts.
I have walked the path of... Had any of them wished to understand my nature? It was emotions. Elantok, our conversation has only proved my...
There. Okay, that's the fucking Xenos dealt with for the time being. Let's save now. The quest for bestiality must proceed apace as well. Right, and this will give me an opportunity to mine some of those plants as well. Mine. 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 Dum 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 dum. I feel like you don't need this many loading screens. Footfall, wall. No, Foulstone. There we are. Yes, warp travel. Nope. Nope. Ah, navigator already. I see. Loading. Loading. See, the previous grand strategy parts of all of Owlcat games have always started out as pretty cool, but become a little bit of a chore. This one is no different, but primarily due to the extensive nature of the gosh darn loading screens. Can I save here? Of course I can't. Never down to their abilities. Certainly your nice people were just as breathtaking. Thank you, Lord Captain. Your gratifying sincerity is wreathed in the light of a rising sun. If such is your wish, I'll show you my work when it is completed. Good, good, good. You amaze me every time. Okay, so she's a little bit scared, kitten. So we need to be a bit more gentle. We can't be, like, open to kitten. We must carefully hold out our hand and let it sniff it and lick it carefully. What is it you want from me? Well, penis, but she doesn't want to ask about it. One, then. You're too kind, Lord Captain. There we go. Kitten happy now. I apologize as me distracting you from important matters. With this, please permit me to leave your presence, Lord Captain. Right. There we go. Kitten laps gently at finger. And will become pettable in the future. Goddamn women. Difficult to deal with. Such specific creatures. It's like, I came here for head pats. Oh, cool. What do you want head pat for? Painting. Okay. You want me to, like, show it off in my room? No. Why not? No. But just tell me it's pretty. Okay. It's pretty. Such is the nature of female creatures. Oh, yes, this one. Advice. Yep. No. Oh, Nicomedes. Okay, fine. Kill each other. And why? Give Flamer, thank you. And indulgence for sale, because obviously. Cassie is a cinnamon roll. You must be gentle with her. That's true. You must eat cinnamon rolls carefully and delectably. Otherwise, you'll squish them and you'll have cinnamon all over you, which is unfortunate. Loud. This is on a goddamn SSD as well. I'm going to point that out. Hello, High Factorum. That one. Right. Can I have more stuff? Profit factor 37. Heavy bolter. Okay, it's time to give these people a lot of things. Like everything. 21,000. That might be too much. How the fuck did the system work? Okay, fuel, holy gifts, provisions. Help me! Why will you not select the particular buttons? Okay, hide untradeable then. Okay. How does this... Okay, you... There, okay. Okay. You... No? They made this worse. It's somehow even more difficult to select shit now. God, help me. Why would you do this to me? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Okay. I don't want to give them everything, because I want to keep something for everybody else as well. Right, there we go. I need 4. I have some provisions, some fuel, some random pieces of melee weaponry. I can select things on this side of the screen just fine, but now I can say, okay, God damn it. Alright, are we there? There we are. Okay. Give. Give crack grenades. Give cloak of retribution, sanctified staff. Right, that costs 41, so I'm not going to be affording that anytime soon. Mobile Extractorum, definitely pick those up. Stims, sure, why not? Precise Lasgun, nah. Haywire Grenades, nah. Target Visors, for about 20%. That's pretty cute, but that's 10. That's quite a lot that you want from me. Mesopattern Hex. Oh, okay. 18 to 28. God, I really want to use Xenos weaponry now. Precise. Oh, yes. Okay. Drukhari Clave. Fusion gun. Fuck me. I can't afford the precision bolter though. 66 profit factor. Jesus Christ. Okay. I remember when you told me you'd be giving me deep discounts on shit, but apparently not. Auto pistol. That's cute, but not exactly amazeballs. Staff of Endless Flame. I do like the sound of that. Needle pistol. Melted charges. Too expensive. Can't afford. How about the Imperial Navy, then? Stuff and stuff, which I don't really know necessarily what does. $120% per hour. Well, that one is obviously better than the one I have, so... Oh, I have nothing to trade. Okay, well... Well, let's just plonk down some of the useless garbage then. At least what I know to be useless garbage. That was the Power Claymore. That's... I don't know that to be useless garbage. There. Better. Right, further administrative stuff that needs doing. Needle pistol, sniper rifle. Do you have your... No. Better pistol thingy. And heavy bolter. Kadonka-donka-donka-donk. And heavy flamer. There we go. Lovely. That's all I can be bothered to do yet again. I am looking forward to see the heavy bolter in action. But for that, we are going to need to find ourselves some enemies. Lord Captain, I keep receiving reports about malfunctions among the various ship systems. This time we are dealing with inexplicably temperature functions. Thermal control failures were observed not only in individual compartments, but even in the soldiers' protective equipment. Several crew members have suffered from burns and frostbites. The tech priests are performing the rites of machine spirit pacifications and remain convinced that the issue was caused by the spirit's obstinacy and deficiency. Their reports claim the incidents remain well within the scope of expected performance parameters. Over the last few days, complaints about the malfunctioning thermal controls have dwindled, but the crew members have started whispering that our vessel is haunted. The tech priests assure us that only the machine spirit's temperance are to blame, nothing to dissuade these ridiculous rumors. Well, you know, crazy is as what crazy does. Let's make that one a pinch safer, and we'll go exploring the dangerous one first. Dum-dum, getting tired of the loading screen. Da-dum-dum-dum. Oh god, again. You posed a question to me not long ago, Galantak, and now I am here to present you with my answer. Alright, go on. Then listen closely to my answer, Elantak. You may struggle to comprehend what is to be said, being accustomed to reveling in your own might and screwing the world to suit yourself. Eldar, I need to strangle you. Pitch your understanding not towards my words, but the sense that lies hidden in the shade of their sounds. You try to split the world into pieces, to fragment it into light and dark, truth and lies, self and others, but I see the world as a single whole, and in this lies its simplicity and complexity. It is not enough simply to see worlds and hear its voices, you must understand it. Think of the Lelathan, the world on which our path crossed. What is it truly? What is its essence? The Lelathan's magnificence comes not from the green of its vast forests, or from the depth of its waters. Its beauty is in the world, in the way it dances on the tongue, and even you, Elantak, can sense it. Try, say the words, slowly, delicately, casting aside all stray thoughts. Feel, perhaps, then you will see. So, Visa Eldar made this thing, therefore, very precious, because Visa Eldar. Gay, 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 gay. Empty your mind and speak the words. The world around you fades, and your perception instantly narrows, coming to a single point of focus on the tip of your tongue. Lee. Your tongue delicately tickles the roof of your mouth, and the sound slips along your throat with incredible silkiness, warming as it gows like a slip of fresh recaf. Lay. Gay. Guarded interest gleams in Irlet's eyes when your gaze meets again. Homosexuality was what she wanted from me all along. I am beginning to understand your racist ways, Irlet. If your words are sincere, Elantak, then you're capable of seeing more than you do know. Instead of the lifeless clamor of monstrous mechanisms, the roar of engines, and the discordant voices of your followers, I hear an attent to silence. It arises in moments of spiritual serenity, and in that stillness we become witness to the transformation of our own inner world. Monkey, lives pass so swiftly. You rush through them for the sake of a chosen goal. But your thoughts of transience and loss frighten you, and so you drive such thoughts away and drown themselves in the daily tumult. But it is from fleeting moments which enter our lives and quickly vanish from them that the soul's fortress grows. A moment's blooming, an hour's wilting. The splendor of each lies in its ephemerality. Ephemerality. So too the memories of those who have left our side and no longer walk the path with us. And you, Elantak, I see much more than just another monkey. Your true essence lies in your will, which is capable of changing the world around you and within you. It lies in your ability to create and to understand your creation, and in your ability to destroy. It lies in what your kind's minds cannot grasp, what their primitive sight cannot behold, but I can see it. You say such thing in reference to me? I am but speaking the truth, Elantak. However, I am asking you to not make the mistake typical of your kind. My words contain no insinuation nor any call for you to act. Your soul shines brightly in this world. I see you, and this will never change. That is all. Sure. Thank you. And what do you make of it, Elantak? How differently do you see the world? What can I say to please this crazy knife-eared bitch? Oh, the banner is bleeding again. That tends to indicate unfortunate happenstances. I see only one beacon of hope, and that is the God Emperor. You know what? She's not going to like to hear it, but it is the motherfucking truth. 2. Not all that different from your kins. Perhaps my conclusion about you were premature. Do not take my words to heart. There is no shame in thinking as others of your kind do. It is much more difficult to following a path different from the rest. Yep. Nobody's paid me to seduce the Eldar, and so there is only one choice. It's like, wow, you will hold to your own religion over mine? Your blinkered understanding of the world. God, the fucking Eldar, I swear to God. Like, the Eldar are, in essence, the single most xenophobic and intolerant species in the galaxy of the 41st millennium. And whilst I value, of course, one's ability to be utterly, thoroughly, and inimicably racist to all human life and any other creation indeed, it's a good ability to have. It must nevertheless be rejected in favor of the God Emperor. Max Zane Arch, be careful around her. If she becomes a Dark Eldar or leads you to a Dark Eldar waifu, you risk being circumcised. If there is any way to corrupt her, I am taking that path. If there is any way, if she gives me any hint that I can turn her into an actual witch, that's the path we're taking. No questions about it. Alright, chart new routes. Oh god, it's a lot of shit. So that's where I need to go next. Is there anything, Alright, well, I mean, I'd say that
Heresy
path
is the question. Fire is the answer.
is the most promising. But for some reason, I feel like that's exactly the reason why I shouldn't take it. So we're gonna hop back here. And we're gonna make this path safe. Lord Captain, Lady Osseria was asking where she could find you. I sent her to your study. You can expect her shortly. Why, thank you, Victus. Oh god, I didn't save again. Help me. Why are they so demanding? Oh my Jesus. Just calm down. It's like, no! God damn, the pussy's scraping at the door. Make it calm down. Calm it down, god damn it. Hello, Captain. It is I, Cassia. You will not save. Now remember, I am a delicate cinnamon bun. Treat me gently. Lord Captain, could you spare a moment to treat me like a tiny little kitten? Yes, I suppose I can. I'm Lord Captain once again, I see. Surely know that you may call me by my name. That's... it's forward, but it's not... It's not too forward, I pray. I may, but I will not. I would not wish to overstep any boundaries around anyone, let alone the rogue trader himself. I need to hurt you, just once. Okay, I will admit I am intrigued. I'm rather embarrassed to ask you about something like this, but last I was here, I noticed a curious tome on the shelves of your personal library. A rather heavy-looking volume bound in a worn, gilded cover with the symbol of the Adeptus Ministorum on it. Martyrdom of Saint Listeria, I believe it was. Cassie takes a quick breath of frustration, but it does not escape you not so that her ruby eyes are intently observing your reaction. Oh, she drops a handkerchief. Oh, that's the medieval equivalent of pound me on the table, right here and now. That was it. Okay, no, this was the book. This was the manual on how to fuck fine ladies. You need to pick it up and kiss it and then return it. I remember this lesson because I imagined how... See, okay. Here's the thing. Here's the difference, okay? If this happens in public, apropos of nothing, then this would be an extraordinarily creepy gesture. A woman drops a handkerchief on the street, you pick it up, deeply inhale, and then just lick it. Milady, here you are. Like, no, you can keep that, will be the response. But in this case, she brings a handkerchief with her specifically to her mating ritual, and then she, oh, whoops, I appear to have dropped my handkerchief. What could this signify? 4. Thank you, Lord Captain. I believe I should return to my chambers now. Like, there we go. So the book was just an excuse, was it? What? But what about your book, my lady? But what about the book? Tickles your lips and the subtle scent envelops you like a thin veil. And with the nod of gratitude for the first time gives you a look filled with warmth and affection. I believe I should turn to my chamber now. Nod in understanding I could... Too aggressive. But what about the book? But what about the book? Two is it's too forward. It's too forward. It's a delicate little cinnamon bun. But not in understanding achieves nothing. Yeah, obviously, but what about the book is incorrect? God damn it.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Is there an inn here? Is there an inn here? Decisions. Passivity has never gotten anyone everything. 2. Half-hidden smile and swiftly leaves the study. That was the correct option. Was the correct option. Half-hidden smile. Good. Okay, there you go. Can't be too passive. Okay? Can't be too passive. Cannot be too passive. Must push a little bit. There you go. We're getting there. Fucking women is difficult, as it turns out. There we are. But what about the book? I love that response, though. That is a fantastic response. But, my lady, your book... I mean, she could respond with another little sly gaze, like, yo, but what about the book indeed, Lord Captain? It appears that a large void ship recently dumped a huge load of junk and faulty parts from orbit. Okay. The debris that did not burn up in the atmosphere is now blocking the flow of a mighty river. This dam is causing the river to overflow, flooding the nearby valley. A herd of large hoofed rodents... Rodents? If the animals lose their usual habitat, they are doomed. Why should I care? The Lord Captain declares a great hunt. Large hoofed rodents. I like rodents. We shall save the rodents. It takes many planetary turns and hundreds of crew members to remove the heap of trash and unclog the river. By letting the water flow freely once more, the rodents run back to their pastures without so much as a backward glance at the people who saved them. I mean, they are giant hoofed rodents. I mean, what did you expect? 50 XP, thank you, I guess. Right, so chat is also banging on about some sort of bolter item. We shall see if we can find... Oh, God. Impatient, heavy breathing. I already did save. See, saving? See? Trinket. I thought I gave her that trinket, though, didn't I? Didn't I? Yeah, blessed bolter casing. Yeah. I've already given that to her, you screeching horde of monkey. She already has the Blessed Bolter, Katie. You silly winkers. All of you. All of you. Now, it is time for space battle combat. Mark Shame says, over-circumcision cuts off a lot more than normal. Gasparini.
Enemy contact! All hands make ready to unleash our fury!
Fury! Adelblad demands that you unleash furries upon the enemy, now. He likes it when they're furry like that.
Bleed them!
Onto one. Onto two.
Fire right now!
Onto
Leave
three.
their hull strewn across the stars!
Damn, this is a very tough boat.
Onward!
And we'll just snuggle in right next to it, like so.
Another salvo!
Very
time
kawaii,
has
if I
come.
may say so myself. Right, and we can be over here now. Sweden says, loving these streams, love the game, but for all that you hold dear, save often and separately before every major mission at least. Ah, yes, because we're getting into the crashy part of the video game, aren't
Onward.
we? I should probably be keeping more saves, you are
Fire
right.
the lance batteries!
Fire...
Leave the hull
I kind of
strewn
wish
across
there
the
was a
stars!
fire every gun that can currently hit the enemy button.
Another
Because
salvo!
selecting each and every
The
weapon
impure
one by
tremor.
one, it's a little bit time consuming, frankly. A fire all of the
right
weapons
now!
button would probably be a pretty cute button.
Set the course!
Ah, I think it wishes to leave. It does indeed wish to leave. No, no, my darling heretic. Gosh darn it. Two.
Onward!
You think you can outrun me? You cannot. 2x range, come on, Cassia. Squeeze some extra power out of those weapon
Another
batteries.
salvo! This one's going down.
There is a gap in their defenses.
No. Come on, one more turn. Ramming speed. But first...
Fire the lance batteries.
Burn in the
No!
fires of retribution.
I want you to live through that. Oh, wow. Hey, we took 0 damage, so I'm fairly happy with that. Now, why were you guarding this pretty little orange planet of yours? Because it has Promethium on it, that's why. Good, good. Chat really wants me to save the game for some reason. Ah, fine. Let's... So. Chat is paranoid. 1. There. There. You happy
Service
now?
guarantees citizenship.
Oh. This is an uncharted star system, you don't say. Right, let's go over there. When the Lord Captain arrived on the bridge during the warp jump, he found the on-duty officer in a state of utter confusion. They claimed they had been receiving orders from the bridge for several minutes, order authorized by the rogue trader, but the Lord Captain had been absent. Curiously, the orders had been signed by the late Theodora von Valentius. After thorough investigation, the tech priest attributed the strange incident to the whims of the machine spirits. Oh. More stuff. Scan. For some weird reason, this is making me want to play Mountain Blade. I have no actual idea why. There's no corollary between these two. I think it's just moving across the map. Mountain Blade manages to make the simple act of just dragging your ass slowly across the map somehow an incredibly enticing thing to do. It's weird. More Promethium, I mean, sure, why not? Running out of drilling platforms at a frightening speed, but I'm sure this is all valuable resources. Oh look, it's Pandora. Nuke it now. Oh. Death to the heretics. Mountain Blade is going to be my official birthday game from now on.
Mighty machine spirit, lend us a modicum of thy power.
Oh, hell fucking no. That's a cruiser. Are we entirely certain I'm supposed to be taking on a mother-humping cruiser? Are we sure about that? Oh, fucking Christ. Okay. So 2 infidels and a murder class. Jesus. Alright, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, indeed. How the flying fetching... How the flying fetching, indeed. Maybe we try... Maybe we stay at
The time
range?
has come. Bleeds out.
I can't stay here, though, because I have to use all of the movement speeds. That's not really an option.
Set the course.
Yeah, keep the front shields pointed towards it.
Macro cannons, volley!
The murder class is very, very, very
Another
clearly the
salvo!
most dangerous threat here, so we'll pound that first and hopefully, I pray, deal with it relatively rapidly. This is kind of making me want to play Battlefield Gothic again, too. Battlefield Gothic is a really cool idea. It's not a very good game, mind you, but it's a very cool idea. Ow. Alright, can I...
Macro cannons, volley!
I can indeed shoot at those. Not that it achieved anything,
This
mind you,
one's
but...
going down.
I am indeed capable of shooting at those.
Fire right now! Leave their hull.
The murder
strewn
class
across
is
the stars.
taking a pretty good beating. It didn't move, interestingly enough.
The time has come. Another salvo!
Breach in our enemy's defenses!
Might not be able to.
Lay in the course.
Let's swing on behind the big fat boy. The murder class cruiser is one of the more common arch-enemy cruisers out there. It's a big boy. It's a very big boy. Particularly against, like, I'm like a destroyer or a very heavy frigate, right? A cruiser out-tonnages me by probably 2 to 1, if not more. So, yeah, running into one of those is a problem. Now, it isn't actually moving, which
Leave
is
their hull strewn across the stars.
intriguing. I'm presuming it's... Oh, that was not what I intended to do, but...
Fire right now!
Good enough, kind of, sort
The
of,
time
to a
has
degree.
come. Macro cannons!
Still let me
volley!
fire as the dorsals, although the prow weaponry is going to be way out of range for that. Actually, unless... I can
Another
hit the
salvo!
infidel. Alright, I'll be safe from the torpedoes. The torpedoes are not going to reach me anytime soon. The infidel isn't really going to be turned around. The other is going to be able to hit me. And I can probably swoop around on the murder class's exposed left flank again next turn. Even as this thing continues pounding me with whatever the fuck that is. Honestly, these fighters are becoming the biggest single issue. Over there to fire the broadside batteries.
Macro cannons, volley!
And we'll nose in to unload everything else.
Leave their hull strewn across the stars! Another salvo! Fire the lance batteries!
Another
There we
enemy
go.
sundered by the void.
Alright, that's one dealt with. Mark Duchesne says, I want 140k Star Wars Empire at War with Battlefield Gothic 2 space battles and Dawn of War planet battles. That would be pretty cute, I cannot deny it. That is an annoying position to place another volley of torpedoes in. God, these things are gonna fucking murder me, and I
have lost.
Think I got a good shot at them either, no. Let's see. Those will be able to hit me if I do that. They can turn like that. If I go over there, I might be out of range. I'm honestly tempted to leg it. Because those torpedoes are just in such a fucking nasty position.
Macro cannons, volley!
Then out of the arc of the dorsals, too. That's 2 range, 1, 2, that's still out of range. I'm not sure about the exact... I seem to remember these things had a really shitty turn radius, so I think I'm safe if I do this. I guess we're going to be finding out.
Fire right now! Leave their hull strewn across the stars!
That does deal pretty damn nice damage to it. Not enough to kill it, mind you, but let's see if I was right. I was. Thank God. And those are simply going to blow up because they're going to run out of fuel. Beautiful. Infidel probably is going to take a pot shot at me as it passes. Yes, it is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, mathematically, I'm not sure if I have enough hit points to deal with all of this. Swing run.
Onward!
That should put me out of range, I'm hoping. Actually, I should have... Yeah, I should have turned slightly and the lance would have been able to hit. Right, that should recharge all of my shields. Okay, after this, I'm just going to pour all of my resources into just putting everything I can into the shield. Because I was saving on that. I'm thinking like, oh, right, I'll just, like, you know, save a little bit. Because I have no idea how valuable these resources are. Well, I think I've come to the conclusion that they're not valuable enough to be saved. Right, what do I want to kill? Do I want to try and kill that, or do I want to try and kill that? I think I want to kill that.
Fire right now!
Boom, boom, boom. And the dorsal finished it
Macro
up.
cannons, volley! Lay in the course.
Nice. And might as well.
Right now!
Okay, then we can turn around next turn to pass by the Infidel, whilst hopefully taking as little damage as possible. Infidel might be able to give me a shot in the arse, but I do have full shields, so I'm not that scared. I hope that's a correct thing to be. Oh, okay. I see. Alright, you really like your torpedoes, don't you? Okay. Right.
The time has come.
Turn. Does that put me in lance range? Ah, god damn it. No, but it does put me easily within macro and dorsal range, which should be enough. Yes, it is. Bingo. Right, that was a pinch hairy, but not hairy enough. And then we've got to wait for the torpedo to run out of steam. Well, I suppose I'm just gonna run then. Dun, 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 dun. This is the point that any normal game would end. Boom. I'm presuming these also have the usual... Yes, there we go. Run out of fuel time. Good. Corrupted melter torpedoes. They're not like normal melter torpedoes. These are spiky. There we are.
Duty and vigilance always prevail.
Right, well, repair, obviously. And, I'll upgrade the hull yet again. I feel like I need some better armor, or shields, or something. Can I afford another one? I can. Okay, one more. And skills, yay. A chosen sector of the shooter for damage. 4 sectors increase chance of absorbing enemy attacks, and lose only half of its strength when absorbing damage. Sort doesn't to one side. Reinforced shields, I think. And I get another one. Vulnerability scan. Shadow jump. Okay. 30% extra damage. I do believe that to be a pretty useful thing. Idolet, are you useful for... anything at all? Like... Alright, let's just, like, select everybody. Alright, Idolet, Master of Aesthetics, 85. So you're as good as Cassia. Well, obviously, I favor Cassia over you, so... Supreme Commander is obviously going to be me, myself, and only I. Shield Master. Master Cannoner will be Argenta. And Master of Maneuvers is still Adelblad. So... Warp Cannon Sheller. Well, she's as good as Cassia at that job, so... might as well, I suppose. Now, what was so valuable over here that you were guarding? Absolutely nothing. Well, that's just fucking swell. That's just great. That's just amazeballs. It's like we were just a bunch of pirates hanging around here. A murder-class cruiser just like chilling in this random area. Why? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Oh, hello. Okay. Alright, that'll bring me forward. Nice. I think I'll want one more. Acolytes of the Cult Mechanicus have reported a disturbing incident. All Vox systems in the middle deck started broadcasting otherworldly sounds, whistling a haunting melody. The strains of monstrous music drove people into a frenzied dance that could not be stopped. Several hours later, the Vox devices fell silent and the dancing crew members fell lifeless. The area was cleared and the bodies of the deceased were disposed of with the necessary precautions. Yep, that sounds like the warp, all right. Pretty normal stuff, honestly. Okay. We'll loot through these areas real quick before heading onwards. Oh. Well, that looks chilly. Yes. Inquisition shipwreck. Really now? Okay, that sounds like something for Heinrichs to come along with.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Inquisitorial shipwreck. That's unusual. And Heinrichs, I suppose you want to level up and stuff, don't you? Toughness. Toughness. I've long since lost understanding of what all of this random shit is. Toughness is now 50. Yeah, keep piling on the toughness.
A new challenge for me?
Alright, somebody started a shotgun over in the corner there. That seems to indicate that something a bit spicy has gone down aboard that ship.
I better myself through my service.
Executed by their comrades, who then used his last charge to blow his own brains out. Okie dokie then. The eerie red lighting as well indicates to me that there might be something of an interesting nature.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Okay, mines.
The Emperor favors me today.
There is a gaping hole in each corpse head. They were brought out one at a time and shot from behind at point blank range. At plonk blank range. Wow, at plonk blank.
What in the world? None shall stand in my way.
Huh, so that was a...
We are the spearhead.
I'm always ready.
Really? But I used the thing. I thought the thing would give you an automatic
Nothing
success.
matters more.
I guess not. Okay. Oh, a black ship. Uh-huh. I really should bring Pascal, because Pascal is just the thing that opens doors, which is very useful.
It's about time.
But I felt like Heinrichs needed to be here.
I've read about this.
And she's read about that. Huh. Go as fire the person for them. They were brutally butchered with knives and beaten with gun stocks. Yep. Right, embrace decay. So we've got ourselves a bit of Nurgle going on here, as indicated by the pulsing tentacles. This, then, probably was a black ship. A black ship that brought about one too many latent psychers, as it seems.
Victory awaits!
I don't think this one's going to be making its trip to Terra.
What a shame.
Why the fuck... Okay, seriously, video game. Gaining debuffs for failing skill tests is a bit much. It's a bit much. I feel like what the game wants me to do is just return to my ship every 5 fucking seconds to get rid of all of the debuffs it keeps heaping on top of me, but I'm not going to do that.
Duty prevails.
I'm a good boy who plays the game even though it tries to fuck him.
None shall stand in my way.
Never doubt me.
Uh-oh. Well, I didn't mean to go that far forward, but I did. Ah. Yep, yep, yep. That looks just about right.
It's about time.
Yeah, no, executing all of the psychers aboard is absolutely the correct course of action when plague bearers start bursting out of people's
A new
sphincters.
challenge for me.
I have learned much in my exile.
Grant us eternal life, Nurgle, father of decay, for we do not wish to die.
I won't
None
tolerate
are better at
weakness.
searching.
Aha! That's why I brought you along. Throne preservers from the arch-enemy's machinations. Is this the same ship that once transported you? I have insufficient knowledge of the structural features of black ships, called it. His supreme glorious greatness and out of terror. However, I do recognize some of the fragments of the devices littered beneath the arch-enemy's spawn. Remnants of psi shields, speakers for stunning prisoners, sedative diffusers. What do you think happened? What do you think happened? Demons. Anything could have happened to it. Even black ships are not immune to the vagaries of the warp. The Geller fields, a prisoner riot, a minor glitch in the sacred mechanisms. Any one of these courses could have been fatal. Well, we should go. We should. We really should. We really, really, really unironically, genuinely should.
I better myself through my service.
We really should not continue to be poking around in this place. It's incredibly dangerous, but, you know, there might be loot here, so... We'll continue wandering our way through the knee-deep pools of...
Done.
Well, if we're lucky, it's blood. If we're unlucky, it's Nurgle pus. Well, we've gotten some random las guns, I guess. That's... Need key. Right, well...
None shall stand in
Oh,
my
hello
way.
there, combat encounter. It's time to overload the plasma reactors.
I won't heed
with your cries of mercy.
Oh, hi there. Yeah, I expected as much. I don't know about... I don't think I like those tarantulas there, but, you have been... I don't really agree that I've been ambushed, honestly. I don't feel like this was an ambush. I'm pretty sure I saw this coming. I'm fairly sure I called this shit, but, if you say so, video game.
I won't object to it.
I wish you had a machine gun, Adelblard. Right,
But of
here,
course,
buff
Lord
yourself.
Captain.
I'm sure this place is not dangerously infested with the warp or anything, so I'm sure playing around with it a little bit is going to be just fine.
Already done.
Right, Argenta, we're going to buff your accuracy, and we're going
I
to step
shall not
out
fear.
of the way.
Suits my purposes.
Adelblad, you're going to need a little bit of temporary hit points,
Nothing
so
I
let's
can't
buff you
do.
up. We'll place the front line right about there. Rear line here. Let's see.
Not a problem for me.
Why not? You. And Irilet. If you'd be so kind.
This tedium is I hear you moving.
You're gonna explode upon
no
death?
more.
No? Huh. I should have made that into prey. I forgot about that. Right. Well, I think there is only one option here. Purge.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
It is time for flames to do what flames do best.
As the Emperor commands, I am eradicated.
Good. Good. Right.
I'll do it.
Get ready the
As
heavy
the
bolter
Emperor
too.
commands, I act.
Oh, hello.
Power resides
Does
in
that
the
allow
will
me
of the
to
righteous.
fire more? Ah, it doesn't. I was hoping that would give me another burst option, which would be... Those corrupted turrets have a lot of hit points. Okay, Alright.
Each strike is
This
a
thing no doubt has an
unacceptable.
absolute fuckload of
I'll do
fire,
it.
right? So, we'll just
Eradicated.
blow a lot of them apart.
That is not the Emperor's will. Faith without deeds is worthless. For you, my Emperor!
One more?
As
One
the
more.
Emperor commands, I act.
Oh, another one, too. Jesus. 4 damage. Alrighty then. The turrets are gonna be a problem.
Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen.
I kind of
I'll
wish
do
they
it.
would have a system where it's like, okay, you can fire
For
multiple
you,
times.
Emperor.
It puts a little number
As
down
the
there, like,
Emperor
okay, this is the
commands,
number
I
of times you
act.
can fire. You know, if you want to, you can fire one at a time. If you don't, you select the equivalent
This
number of
is why
targets,
I was
and we'll go
chosen.
pew-pew for you. Just speed things up a little bit, you know, but of course
I'll
not.
do it.
Right, revel in slaughter. Oh, hello! I didn't see you back there.
No! These ruby flashes are choking me.
Right. That does complicate things. That does indeed complicate things quite a little old bit, I will admit.
I move as if
You
unseen.
dodge away. God.
I am not your Xenos pet.
Hum, 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 hum. Alright, well, get ready to try and hit that one. Alright, you're gonna have to dodge away, Cassia.
Lord Captain!
Your Lord Captain will try, but your Lord Captain is gonna be busy with other things as well, I'm afraid.
If I may, as duty demands.
There you go. Good grill, Cassia. That's how you do.
Isn't this a job? Try to die with grace, at least.
Good grill, Cassia. Good grill. Is that the line nuke? No, it's a single target. Okay,
Me.
I can't spot that one. There you go. That's a lot better. I think we're gonna want another one.
I'll show you
though.
why navigators are feared.
Argenta, my darling. How do we best go about doing this exactly? Probably by sending
The
you
enemies
over
of the
there.
Emperor will be undone!
Luckily, they're not very good at hitting things. And then we just fucking kick
As
it
the
in a
Emperor
gear.
commands, I act. This is why I was chosen. For you, my Emperor!
Okay, I do kind of like the heavy bolter. That was a lot of
I
shots.
will not!
Not quite as annihilatingly
for the
destructive as I was hoping, but it does the job. It does the job. Thank Jesus, the game understands that you can move multiple enemies at a time to save time.
Take you.
I'm very worried about what happens when those okay, never mind. The enemy are going to shield me from the turret. Well, don't mind if I do. Right, buff Addle Blood. Can I do that whilst in combat?
For the throne's glory.
It does give attacks of opportunity, though. Okay, well, that's good to know for the future.
Follow my lead.
You filthy
At
pots,
your beck and
ugly
thumb,
pieces
you
of
attack.
scum. Death. Death is all Adelblard has for your kind. Death and misery.
Deliver us!
Alright, well, so long as it's shooting my enemy and not me, I guess I'm not going to complain too much. Argenta.
Already done.
Buff your aim. Right, it is time for Rogue Trader to be Brave Trader and step in front of the heretical
All
scum
too easy.
to keep his waifu safe. That and hopefully Irlit will help out a bit.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Good shot, Xenos Pet, good shot. Right, Argenta, my dear.
Guided by faith! I'll do
Controlled
it.
shot.
Faith
Sure, we
without
got burst
deeds is
fire
worthless.
on. And that should allow my dudes
Each
to
strike is a
dodge.
prayer.
Yes, it does.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Beautiful. That's some real fucking Matrix shit right there. I can't help but notice that these guys don't actually have any attack animations. Oh well.
If I must.
You must. Trust me, if those things start shooting us properly, it's gonna hurt a lot.
If it serves your cause. I am not your
free
Xenos
shots.
pet monkey.
Right, Cassia. I'm guessing this isn't going to work great on turrets, no.
I'm not accustomed as duty demands.
Strange, that.
I am another foe painted black.
A little bit of psychic feedback, but hey, such is life.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Arch does not feel very comfortable in melee. But he's got a trick or two up his sleeve, too.
I'll live another day.
Okay, still very
I
grateful
need
for
a
these
foothold.
turrets. Let's go up there. That way they can shoot at each other whilst trying to hit me. Idle blood as well.
I will do my duty.
I'm presuming these guys don't get to shoot me
At your
back
beck
even
and
if
call.
I
An
do that,
exemplary
right?
strike.
They don't. Lovely. Fantastic.
For Von Valencius.
Right, in that
It will be
case,
done. Reduced to dust.
smashy.
Victory is imminent. Indeed. Target well struck. I will do my duty.
Even the biggest enemy guns cannot hurt you if the biggest enemy guns are just actually
My
dead.
tactics are flawless.
Parry. I don't know. I don't feel like a fucking poxwalker should be able to parry anything, honestly.
I understand your intent. I hear you moving. No more.
I feel like that's a little bit dumb.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak.
Still a pinch disappointed about the damage output of that thing, but still, you know, cute.
Ancestors guide me. This tedium is beneath me. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
There.
If I
Don't
may,
worry, Arch. Your wife will save you.
I'm not accustomed.
See?
Victory awaits.
Even females have their uses when properly trained, chastened, and used as psychic weaponry.
Kemorak.
Alright, well, we're
A new
outside
challenge
now.
for me?
I don't know if that makes me feel any better. Oh, hello there.
Submit, and you'll die
I saw
quickly.
you a little bit too late, didn't I? Hello! Occluding sphere! I'm thinking I maybe need to kill you because you're giant and red and pulsating. Yeah, I think that's a big probably right there. Right, Adelblad, you take that side. Henrix, over there. Argenta, there's a plague bearer over yonder with your name on it. And Xenos Pet, you can go over there too. I hope
I
and
am a
pray
navigator, not a servitor.
that these things aren't gonna have... Ow, Jesus.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I will not. If it serves your cause.
Alright, well, it's a plague bearer. I probably should have expected it to be pretty fucking tough. I hate the rear line system so very fucking
Suits my
much.
purposes.
I'm actually going to probably re-roll it to something other than the Grand Strategist, because this entire system is probably really powerful and all,
Not a
but
problem for me.
my god, is it a bothersome one. Alright, Adelblad, you'll be fine, but Henrix is probably going to need a little bit extra assistance. Gavin Natia donates 10 RON. The sphere is invulnerable. Check description. Blessing of Rot. Crit temperature wounds rid to 0. Invincibility. Death under damage of creatures under its control. Thank you for pointing that out. That is a valuable thing to point out. I figured that killing it would kill the, people under it. But no, it's the other way around. Killing the people under it will kill it. That's slightly
Suits
weird,
my
but
purposes.
I suppose I see the point, more or less. And Heinrichs, go ahead and... Oh god, there's more of them, aren't there? Yes, there is. That does not do as much damage as I was hoping it did.
I
Right.
won't object to it.
go ahead and buff yourself and just put a
Naturally.
plasma bolt in it for good measure. Because somehow Heinrich is capable of poisoning people with his plasma bolts. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, just accept.
I am not your Xenos. I deal death with my hands. I understand your intent.
Reactivate piercing shield and pick on the plague bat again. Right, Hendrix, my lad. Mark that one out
Lord
as the
Captain.
favored enemy. Chargen. Splash, very nice, very nice, very nice indeed.
Let's see to it. Be gone.
Beautiful, beautiful. You are becoming more and more like your idol Adelblad every day, Hendrix. I'm very impressed. Oh. The Nurgle creatures are using poison. Who could have fucking seen that coming, eh? Alright, well, this is an obvious thing right here.
I'll do it.
It's not as good as I wanted it to be. Because it's only got a rate of fire of 1, doesn't it? Yes, it does. But even if I do run and gun, it wouldn't actually matter. But I can switch over and
As
then
the
do
Emperor
run and gun.
commands, I act.
Right? Yes. Okay.
For you, my Emperor.
Well, at least I get one more shot
Faith
off.
without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands,
Activate
I
rapid
act.
fire, and
I am
you know
his
what?
will made manifest.
I'll do it.
This is why I was chosen.
Laborious
As
though
the
it may
Emperor
be.
commands, for you, my Emperor.
I refuse.
God, I wish you could just queue these up. Like, it's
I'll do it.
so dumb that you have to, like,
This is
shoot
unacceptable.
and then wait for her to finish her animation. I've put away my heavy bolter
Faith
now. Can I
without
fire it
deeds.
again? Yes, go ahead. Bonk.
Eradicated. Doubt is for the weak.
I'll do it.
As the Emperor commands, for you, my Emperor.
I imagine the enemy must find this at least equally annoying. Isn't she done shooting yet? Drifter says, my dude, look up a company called Bridge when you get a chance. Primo content. Ask Kirsche about it. She's covering it now. Bridge Company. Bridge Company Kuwait. Japanese animation studio? Where? Bridge Inc. Shaman King.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Yeah. Real Horsenator, hi Arch, do you think chaos is directly analogous to wokeness? If so, do you think that explaining it to Dev in those terms might be effective? I think Dev himself has already long since fallen to chaos, and explaining to him now the nature of chaos will be largely
Step
irrelevant.
aside. The navigator is coming.
But it's not analogous in the most like direct
Try
sense.
to die with grace, at
But
least.
is it a warp shield?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Oh. Okay, well, I suppose I should have seen that one coming. But it definitely does have a great deal of overlapping features. The absolute hatred
Another
of
foe
virtue,
painted
for example.
black.
The ever-forward moving
I'm not
timeline of
accustomed to
history,
being
and there's
ordered
how there's
around.
always a greater vice to embrace,
A
etc.
tactically sound approach. At your beck and call.
There is a lot of overlap between the
Victory
two,
is imminent.
and that is also why, the
At
lefties
your
tend
beck
to
and call.
embrace chaos whilst rejecting the Imperium, which I always find rather amusing.
I will do my
It's
duty.
like, the chaos is so cool, but the Imperium is evil. This kind of goes back to Dev's idea of the safe horny thing, because chaos is safe edgy, in that you can praise chaos and it's like, okay, well that's safe edgy. It's subversive.
Nothing
yeah,
I
subversive
can't do.
thing is cool
Opposing
and
me was your
progressive.
biggest mistake.
Whereas the Imperium is obviously evil, because it is not
All
subversive.
too easy.
It is in fact very constructive. There is,
I won't object to it.
in fact, very little, if anything at all, within the Imperium that is actively subversive. It's like subversion is not a tool in the Imperium's arsenal. Control is. Authority is. And these are things that the leftists are not very fond of.
That is beneath me.
I feel like a Nurgle demon shouldn't necessarily be
tedium is
using
beneath
stinking
me.
corpses as an insult, honestly.
I am not your Xenos pet.
Is this, it is taking damage. Not a lot of damage, but it is taking damage.
If I must.
You must.
I understand your intent.
Yeah, now, I'm kinda of the opinion now that I should have just fallen
Everyone,
back to the
step
opening of
aside.
this place.
Let's see to it.
And just waited for them to spawn like
For the
500
throne's
enemies.
glory.
And then just unloaded a heavy bolter straight down the
won't
middle of
object
it
to it.
and laughed. As the enemies seem to just kind of be spawning more stuff at me as we go. Oh, that's what it is. They're spawn... Wait. Are those the ones that explode? They might be. Can I, I sort of can, but due to the very weird understanding that this game has of, you know, elevation, I can't do so very
guaranteed
effectively.
citizenship.
Still, it's worth a badumpadunk.
This is why I was chosen.
Nice.
I'll do it.
Ready another one of those for next turn round.
Injured. I'm enraged.
Well, I've got a way to make sure that you can be properly enraged if I'm in range, which I am not. Can I get within
I
range?
am a navigator, not a servitor.
There
Me?
we go.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, 3 AP. Okay, well that's annoying.
Heresy's the quest.
Faith without deeds.
Oh well, extra damage is extra damage. Oh. Are we...
Isn't this a job?
Am I a victim of the retarded elevation of the video game again? Yes, I do believe I am. Okay, well...
You don't frighten me.
It really should, though. It is a Nurgle demon. You should be at least a little bit scared. Like, I'm just saying.
It will be done. Grey hair, sure hair. At your beck and call.
God. Like, 1 hit point. Yep, that's good. That's good. Line up, one and all. Line up, line up. Excellent. I just came to the realization that I'm basically fighting within Nurgle's birthing chamber. I am having a fight within Nurgle's womb. That's what I'm doing right now. This is Nurgle's womb, and it is filled with an awful lot of Nurgle spawn. As one would expect from an area inside of Nurgle's womb, frankly. God damn it, 21? Is that all I can pull off? Come on now.
Nothing I can't do.
I must be able to do more than that, surely. How about... fire? Is there anywhere I can place fire without it affecting my team as well? No, not unless I want it to affect a little bit too many.
As the Emperor
Fire
commands,
there.
I act.
Stinking corpses!
Nice. Fire, as it turns out, is pretty effective against the undead. Alright, let's pick that one off to
Hear
clear
you
up
moving,
Argenta.
no more. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
That. I'm beginning to become a little bit unsure whether or not I can kill them quickly enough.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Alright, Adelblad, you're a little bit surrounded, but that shouldn't be a problem, not for you at least. Uh-oh. Video game. Ooh. Ooh, okay.
This is why I was chosen!
Can I save in combat? I can, okay. I just noticed the video game starting to lag mysteriously, so let's just, save that real quick.
I will endure.
I thought she was about to say, I will enjoy this. Like, really? Getting splurged on by demons? Hey, Argento, that's not what I would have expected from you, if I may to be entirely honest. Right.
Emperor,
Can I
give me strength.
somehow do this? No. Not without murdering Adelblad in the mix. Right, but I can line nuke the
If I
shit out
may.
of them, and so I shall.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Try to die with grace, at least. I am a navigator, not another foe painted
Christ.
black.
I remember when Arch was one of my primary DPS characters, when it was like, he's really good because he can pick people off with great effect. I'm looking around right now, it's like, wow, Arch, you are by far the least powerful
Victory is
character of my
imminent.
entire team. I mean, Adelblad literally
Indeed.
cannot die, so that's obviously his strength. Argenta is currently killing the entire enemy team in single fucking attacks. And Irilet actually does proper
I'd rather
damage
not.
with her laser rifle. We'll wait for another pulse of the thing before we do a heroic action, I think. I want to see if it manages to spawn another horde right in front of me. I kind of wanted to, actually. How many health points that has? Okay, it's barely half health. Jesus. Tough little fucking thing, isn't it?
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Pain and booty. God, 15 to 19 damage sounded like such a good damage roll, but man, it really isn't. And 16 to 19 is because I don't have enough armor piercing, isn't it? That's probably it. Gosh darn it. Well, I still do have Finest Hour, which is still very useful. I will
Already
buff
done.
her accuracy, because that is good. And...
Not a problem for me.
might as well have Adelblad kill some more
I
shit,
will
I
do
guess.
my duty. I took care of this one.
Nothing I can't do.
Miss. Even my accuracy, I had such great accuracy. Even the accuracy has been much reduced, tragically enough. So Irilet next, Henrix, then the thing to just the spawning. Alright, that's fine.
If it serves your cause.
The playbears really are the biggest point. They're really gosh darn
I
tough.
am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause.
And in
This
case it's alive
tedium
next
is beneath
turn.
me.
Henrix, I really wish you had some nice AoE attacks as well.
I won't object to it.
You know, something
Not
to
sanctioned to do this.
deal with the horde in front. Ooh, never mind.
Your reckoning is due.
Yeah, that works. I forgot that the Power Maul has a splash
Naturally.
attack. And... spawn. If that spawned anything, I can't actually tell. Right, 2 Plague Bearers. God damn it.
God Emperor, move!
Dodging away is the first step.
Be the fire in my heart.
Right, do I do that or do I use the flamer? 31 to 42 damage. Whereas that's 8 to 10, but it's many, many times.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
What if I do that and then switch? Aha!
As the Emperor commands.
Very nice. So yes, burst fire first, then heavy flamer. Right. The best of both worlds. Fantastic. I wish they would stop picking on Argenta so much. She really doesn't deserve all of this, and yet she certainly gets all of it.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Me? If you try to die with grace, at least.
That does not fulfill my usual definition of a line, but considering the way this game understands elevation, I'll take it when it gives me a little bit of a bonus, I guess.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
A little bit of a purple swirly.
I've suffered worse. An exemplary strike.
Still, I'm holding off on the heroic actions. I'm waiting for a wave of, like, just 5 or 6 plague bearers to emerge. And really put me on the back foot, you know? I might be waiting too long. There is a very good chance I'm waiting far too long, but we'll fucking see,
my
won't we?
ears are ringing.
Oh, well, that exploded.
Vengeance will be swift.
It's doing okay. Adelblad is almost down to half. Stemming the tide there. I don't like standing in this fucking fog, but I don't really have a great choice. Well, I missed that one, but I hit the guy behind him, so yeah.
I won't object to be gone.
I'm very glad those don't actually kill me when I do that.
All too easy.
Adelbard, would you like to aim better? I know that there's not really much of a point in you aiming better, but, you know, just in case. Irilit's damage, like, Irilit is not the greatest choice here, because while she has excellent single target damage, there are really too many targets at the moment.
Get me a target.
For the single target to truly shine quite as much as it perhaps should.
Let's see to it.
I can heal myself for fucking 3 points of damage. It's basically irrelevant, but hey, 3 points is 3 points. I'm also kind of expecting just a greater demon to pop up at some point in the not too distant future as well. Alright, Argenta, you know the drill.
From the ashes I will rise.
Ow. You do not have burst fire. The game's having a very hard time with all of these particle effects on screen.
I'll do it.
Should have used that first, shouldn't I? Can I still use that? No. Okay. Well, Argenta, your health bar is starting to look mighty thin.
Become like fire.
Oh, okay. She lives through that somehow. Good job. I'm not sure she's going to be living through
I
much
have read
more.
tomes of military tactics. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, there wasn't any there? Okay, well.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Did it just go, Huh. I don't like the fact that it's apparently tasting my navigator waifu. I don't like that one bit. Right, any way to save Argenta here? Maybe.
Me?
First,
If you insist, Lord Captain, as duty demands.
blow him up.
I'll paint your death in
Finest
Tried and
hour.
tested tactics are the best ones. At your beck and call. It will be done. One fewer target.
The fucking fog is gonna kill her, isn't it?
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Gosh darn it, I can't move one more square. God damn it, indeed.
Victory is imminent.
A bit of a waste of that heroic action then, but...
Just a
Oh,
minor setback.
never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind.
Let's patch you up.
Blessed be the
Ah.
hand of the healer.
There you go, see? Keikaku motherfucking Dory and all
At
that.
your beck and call.
Right, there. Oh.
Indeed.
Right, 98% of the video game are now just particle
I will
effects
do
stacked
my
upon
duty.
particle effects. My computer is not actually revving up in the slightest, but the video game is having a hard time breathing, so we'll see if it manages to survive this encounter. You gotta be running out of health soon, right? A quarter. Jesus Christ. How many have I even killed now? Oh,
I don't have time for this.
Kidoki, I need
Nothing
to reload.
I can't do.
That's gonna cost me, like, all of my actions.
Suits my purposes. You didn't
Yay,
stand
I
a
managed to pick
chance.
something off again. It's been so long.
I understand your intent. I deal death with my hands.
Yeah, Irilit's low rate of fire is really her problem here.
Your reckoning is due.
Ooh, nice one. Oh, was that the last bit? That was the last little bit. The Cauldron of Contagion has been successfully defeated. Right. I strongly suggest we burn everything now and nuke it from orbit just to be triply sure. The ship's log is encrypted, but the last entry was written in Gothic. I, Inquisitor Utan Hall, captain of the black ship Monarchia's Bane... Monarchia's Bane? Oh, okay. I see. The captain of this vessel is a fan of history, of forbidden history, mind you as well. Write this record for the eyes of any faithful servant of the Emperor who may chance to read it. My vessel dutifully departed Terra to collect the Imperium's rightful tithes from its loyal worlds, and then returned to the Segmentum Solar with thousands of psychers in our holds. Our mission was proceeding smoothly, but shortly after our warp jump, the incident occurred. The main confinement cell was the source of the insurrection. It was the holding site for an especially dangerous passenger who possessed high psychic potential and was known to incite disobedience in others. I do not know how he was able to free himself or how he summoned the force of chaos to abate him. His psychic outbursts spread rapidly across the entire vessel. Entire vessel. sending other passengers into a frenzy and causing them to attack my acolytes. I have given the order for the passengers' hold to be purged and activated the automatic intruder elimination systems, but I have no doubt that this measure will be unsuccessful. Not wishing to surrender the Monarchia's Bane into the hands of these deranged mutants, I have set course to orbit a nearby planet at a slight deviation. Sooner or later, the deviation will result in the ship drifting out of orbit and crashing to the planet's surface. Keep the faith and exterminate any mercy in your soul. You know, you could have saved me and everybody else a tremendous amount of problems by simply overloading the ship's plasma reactors instead.
I won't tolerate weakness.
You know, it's a Nurgle infestation. Crashing it into a planet isn't really going to do the trick, as demonstrated by my need to fight my way through your ship. But, oh well.
Follow my lead.
You were merely an inquisitorial agent. You couldn't possibly understand that chaos is resilient or anything. That'd be far beyond your remit, right? Tempestus Carapace. Ooh, very nice. And an Inferno pistol. Not bad, not bad. Okay.
None shall stand in my way.
None too terrible, not too terrible, not too terrible. What? Why are you going that way? No, you tards. My hope that they might be able to auto path back out again was apparently misplaced.
Awaits.
This is what it looks like outside my window right now, by the way, in Norway. It is minus 30 degrees. It's so cold that if you step outside, you feel the snot in your nose freeze. Like you actually feel it crystallize the moment you step foot outside. And if you spend more than 5 minutes outside, you better not blow your nose or anything, because the razor-sharp pieces of your own crystallized snot will slice up the inside of your nose. Now you're bleeding from the nostrils, in a temperature where everything that comes out of your nose instantly freezes. I hope you weren't too fond of breathing. Lord Captain, this is Voxmaster Vigdis Sura Otta Toleman speaking. I hope your heroic expedition was a success. What will be your further instructions? The machine spirit of this vessel is dead and defiled. It should be sent to the Omnissiah in a proper nuclear funeral rite. You read my mind, Pascal. Bombard the vessel. Let the dead follow the dead. As you wish, Lord Captain, the power of our main battery should be enough to penetrate the glacier and evaporate the vessel completely. We are not looting that ship, not in a million fucking years. The Augurs have detected evidence of an ancient mining ship that crashed on the planet. It looks like it was carrying equipment and settlers to a new mining site. Searching the ship might prove useful, but it carries certain risks. Well, the risks are Adelblad, so go for it. The search team was able to retrieve the last surviving extractanium from under the debris. They suffered no losses and returned to the ship triumphantly. Beautiful, because I just needed one of those, so plunk that down on the planet as well. And what's over here then? Oh, that looks like a pretty little ball of dirt. But apparently it's entirely uninteresting. Okay, well. I mean, I tried, didn't I? I made an effort. I think I want to clear out. So I visited that one, so this one's left. Let's do that one too. The Lord Captain retires to study to ponder what the future holds, while later his thoughts are interrupted by a timid knock on the door. Oh, God, I didn't save again, did I? A timid knock. I know what this is. It's my little cinnamon bun kitten, wanting to be treated preciously again. God help me. This video game is teaching me many valuable lessons about quick saving. Oh, you're not my little Kit Kat. What the fuck are you? Get out. Oh, you're my Kit Kat servants, okay. The young servant in fine livery quickly bows to you and places a peculiar object on your desk, a transparent dome with a living flower inside. I was instructed to deliver this gift to the Lord Captain only. Intelligence. Okay, well, I'm pretty fucking clever. Before you is a fragile branch of Lavendum quadis, a most rare specimen native to the world of Quadis in the Calyx sector, covered in tiny blooms the color of purple sky. The planet has been carefully sealed inside a dome along with mineral fertilizer modified by the Magos biologists, which will sustain it for many years. You've already met this... excuse me, as I swallow my own spittle. The servant who delivered this gift, he is Lady Cassia's personal valet. At least you know the identity of the sender. As for the planet itself, a term for the ancient ethique of the nobility all but forgotten in this day and age comes to your mind. Immortalium, or eternal flower. A living plant capable of enduring in the void for centuries. An extremely rare sight in the Coronis expanse, and an unmistakable token for the giver's special favor. This is how the nobility seduce each other. They spend $1 billion on fucking flowers. The appearance of an immortalium in the life of two aristocrats is a unique ritual, the purpose of which is to demonstrate their true intentions without words. Because my little cinnamon bun kitten would be far too timid to be able to speak the words out loud. Every gesture, glance, or phrase in this ritual is imbued with deep symbolic meaning. You are expected to take the next step, which is either to reject the great gift by pointedly ignoring its existence. Which is either to reject the gift, okay, or to accept it on your own terms. The recipient's acceptance can be expressed through words of gratitude in private conversation or by sending a gift in return. High Factorum Yanris Danrock can always assist you with the latter. Okay. Right. I take it you have no comment on this, do you? No, you don't. That is a very pretty flower, though. Right. So the cinnamon bun kitten, what would be... I feel like... thanking her in private would be one thing. I feel like a gift, maybe, might be the best. Let's see if the High Factotum, if he has any ideas. I have been given an immortalium, and I need to help to arrange a reciprocal gift. An immortalium? May I ask what exactly should I arrange for Lady Cassia? How do you know who I'm doing all this for? Oh, sir, there's only one kitten on this ship timid enough to go through a 5,000-year-old fucking mating ritual. Treasure from a distant world, found the most exquisite perfume in Calyx sector, provide the Sanctum Nevis with a singularly superior library. Embroidered loom, ladies like that sort of things. I know loves gift. Do you have any ideas? Okay, I'll ask him. I suppose you could discreetly ask the Lady Navigator about her preference in personal conversation. Now, it's got to be the library. It's got to be the library, because she's said on multiple times how books is like her only escape, right? So it has to be the library. She has never mentioned anything about perfume. She hasn't mentioned chest treasure, a loom. I've never heard anything. She ordered 1,000 birds at one point, so if it was like, order her like 1,000,000 songbirds, I might have gone for that, but it's gotta be the library, right? Let's see if chat has any ideas too. Mr. Twisted Frenzy. Oh, I've skipped a few, haven't I? Give me a second. I was busy with the fight, wasn't I? Gabriel Nartier. The one thing about the Grand Strategist is that you move first in all fights. That is pretty cool. And on that turn, you're bless DPS and then use it to take down on DPS for the win. You bless DPS, then take it down on DPS for the win. Yes, I can see that one. The real status, same tactics, and the only way to oppose is with an armor of contempt. I think that is more in common the more you think about it. Oh, there is. Like, again, Chaos's corrosive nature is absolutely reflected 1-to-1 in wokeism, no question about it. And the only way to get away with it is to reject it. You cannot humor it. You cannot even accept its most seemingly unoffensive of offers. Even when they say, like, but we're just doing it to be good people, you must still say no and fuck you to boot. Mr. Twisted Frenzy says, hey Arch, I'm playing Rogue Trader, but I'm a bit stuck. How do you back out of the archive records? It just popped up while I was in a building on Rykide Minoris, and I don't know how to close it. I have no fucking clue. I don't even know if I've been in the archive records. I suggest Googling it. That is all I can do for you. Google it. And Night Shroud says, get gift library. Yep. It does seem like library would be the thing. Your will be done, your lordship. Give me some time and I will make sure your order is carried out to the letter. The name Fiery Reckoning. Friends, only need a few minutes. Your lordship, please allow me a moment. House Fonfelenius did indeed sign a contract with the owner of a vessel with that designation, Fiery Reckoning. There are transactions recorded of the ship picking up cargo from Kiava Gamma. Well, this is odd. The data log ends there. Apparently, the ship had some interactions with one of the workshops of your industrial world. I beg your pardon, your lordship, but that is the extent of the association I can provide you in regards to this particular matter. Yes. It will be done, your lordship. Let's remove that bitch's face from my house. Mine now. Alright, that seems like the correct thing, because thanking her in private, that's nice, but she is an aristocrat. She would expect something suitably lavish in return, I think. Because again, careful little kitten, careful kitten. We must give kitten the ability to blush in private, rather than forcing kitten to be all bashful under the watchful eyes of yours truly. That's very important. Speaking of kittens, hello, Argenta. I haven't talked to you in ages.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that he would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valancius dynasty, like the traitor Conrad.
Contract.
But now I see before me a worthy leader and servant of the Imperium. I am glad to accompany you in your endeavors.
That's all well and good, but could we get back to that whole discussion about worshipping at my altar? Yes? My great glorious altar. Are you ready to tell me about yourself now?
If such is the rogue trader's wish, although there isn't much I can tell, I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to know?
Have you ever wished for a different lot in life? She's gonna say no.
Have I ever... But that would be shameful weakness, almost heresy. Of course not. I was born for this. I live by the Emperor's will, and in his light, I myself am the light. I must be the light. For myself, and for those who ask for my protection.
Oh, hold on there. I smell weakness. I smell weakness indeed. Hold on there. There's a lot of stuttering there, Argenta. Would you like to tell me something?
I was chosen to serve. But beyond that, I won't deny it. Few things elate me as much as the thought that the heretic felled by my shot will never again orphan a child.
This is like the 4th time she mentions kids. Either she's a vociferous shorticon, which I can see, she's the correct type for that, or, a proprietor of an orphanage or something? Like, she'd always wanted to be, like, somebody who helps children, I guess? How did you become one of the Adeptus Sororitas? Well, she was chosen out of the Schola Progenium, but... meh.
Become. It's such a strange word for it. It seems right, But is that how one talks about their destiny? If you're asking about the path itself, that's easy enough to answer. First, like many other orphans, I endured the Sculoprogenium. Those years were rough, but I remember the hardship fondly. Few things can compare with the feeling of satisfaction from a past trial, even if it leaves your body aching from exhaustion or your soul wincing in pain. I was one of the best among my peers, and I was selected for the novitiate in the ranks of the Adeptus Sororitas. When the hour came, I passed the trials and took my vows. The most joyous day of my life. The Emperor's light has always been with me, but to accept it with all your heart, to utter the oaths, that is a rapture like no other. Now that I can tell you, I come from everywhere and nowhere. I am the child of officers of the Imperial Guard. I was born in the hold of a warship. Grew up following my parents' deployments from one planet to another, and lost my family in the flames of a righteous war. My memory is like wafts of smoke over a still battlefield. The gray of a ship's plating, the strict cadence of life in military camps. My mother's uniform, I loved looking at it. Then, that battle, the rumbling, the shouting, and the soot, the screams of soldiers burning alive, and the gold of the regiment's Aquila, untouched by soot or blood. The last unsullied piece of a world that was going mad. That was my last memory of my mother, and of my former life, before the Sculoprogenium and the novitiate, before my trials, before the vows. My own relic. It's the regiment's Aquila, or rather, the fragment that survived the attack, the explosions, and the fire. For me, it's a reminder that purity and radiance can be preserved, even in the heart of darkness. It is my pleasure to be candid.
Okay. More or less standard. Adeptus Sororitas backstory. Sent into the Sculoprogenium. That servitor is still T-posing for some goddamn reason after her parents were killed in the Imperial Guard. They must have been officers of some distinction too, because you don't just send anyone to the Scholar. And she herself must have been quite accomplished as well. As she mentioned, she was the best of her peers, as not everyone gets to go to the ranks of the Sisters of Battle either. That is a rare selection, almost as rare as being selected for the ranks of the Inquisition or the Officio Prefectus. It is a tragedy that she's not romanceable too. A true tragedy. And a crime against most humanity. We'll scan one more system before we wrap it up, I think. So, because then we'll be ready to head on to the next big place. Argenta's place. Nothing. Quick save. Lord Captain, the augurs cannot determine who the ship we approach belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it as an Imperial vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there is air in some of the chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. What are your orders concerning the discovery? Oh, event. We who walk down the same pathways is the same bays day after day. We who are born live and die to the hum of the ship's machines. We forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life, and for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us and for the glory of the Imperium. So let's have a tale about the Lord Captain, by the will of the Emperor the Guardian, and commander of every good and honest soul upon this voyage ship, and the time he boarded a vessel named the Fireborn. like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexorable force of the swell. The wrecked vessel was a confronting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays still retained an atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead. Its machine spirit dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just the husk left, and the rogue trader's crew were to become scavengers swarming the carcass of a fallen Leviathan. Our Lord Captain oversaw the expedition personally. He decided... Tech use? I don't think so. 25% chance. Let's have Idira feel her way through. With hostile eyes upon her, Idira sank into a trance. When she resurfaced, she reported that the ship had been a victim of the warp. The bridge had suffered worst of all. It was the section that had provoked the greatest anxiety and trepidation in the Psyker. The service bay was the least damaged section, though Idira spoke of it with no particular interest. I really don't want to take a 25% tech test. The Lord Captain had decided which of the 3 teams he would lead, and which 2 would be entrusted to the officers. Let there be known the name of those honest people who stood before our rogue trader in that moment. The taciturn and grave young Hosho, whose word was as firm as his handshake. Captain Vesti, whose jokes will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. And Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd unit, known to many as Grey Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crop of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on deck was in any doubt that navigation inside the wreck ship would be difficult. These units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave team would be the delicate thread of a Vox line. Well, I mean... the bridge is where the shit's gonna be at, so the bridge is where I'll be at. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we learn from witnesses. The people who accompany the Lord Captain on the tour of the dread ship. The shuttle started up off after another and dispersed, each heading for a selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull at the freezing vacuum of space, a fuzzy boarding, and then finally the rogue trader stepped onto the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed a sign in the gloom. Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the Voxmaster, who quickly checked the archives, it was established that the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova van Dane, registered at Kiava Gamma Port. Every minute spent on board threatened to end in disaster. The ship's days or even hours of existence were numbered. From all sides came the sounds of disturbance, distant crumblings. The floor underfoot trembled every now and then. The Lord Captain hurriedly moved deeper into the compartment when he suddenly felt the slightest puff of air against his neck, followed by a soft sigh, almost as if someone had leaned in close and opened their mouth to whisper a dark, tantalizing secret, and then falling silent. The only thing the Lord Captain stood then... the only thing was that the Lord Captain stood alone. Willpower or law? A 5% chance or a 100% chance? Oh, I wonder. Where simple mortals would already be trembling and weeping, the rogue trader only gritted his teeth. Shrieks and moans could be heard close by. Others were gripped by the illusion too. Young Hoshon, the unit captain, barked out orders. His team held back their comrades who had fallen victim to the uncanny terror and who were struggling to break free and run deeper into the cursed ship. A few minutes passed and the unit, though scared senseless, was ready to continue. Sound suddenly blared from the Vox, which was turned to the 2nd unit's frequency. The words sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the Vox, but desperately pressing the transmit button while occupied with something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on, wait. Is it moving? The words are cut off by a strangled wheeze, followed by static. Young Hoson listened to the transmission and the final rasp with a surprisingly calm expression, then pressed the Vox button and similarly calm voice let loose a stream of florid swearing, which centered on casting aspirations on his interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Turning to the rogue trader, he remarked, "Apologies, Lord Captain. Captain Vesti from the 2nd unit is well known for his pranks." "Crap, the Lord Captain's with you," comes Vesti's voice from the speaker, followed immediately by Mice, who said, "Apologies, Your Lordship. I just wanted to spook the guys a little." This is not the time for being spooked, incidentally. Informed Count Vesti that he would be severely disciplined upon the expedition's completion. Order Count Vesti be removed from the command and demand his final report about the unit's progress. No, it's a coping mechanism. We shall allow him his coping mechanism. 3. Captain Vesey reported that his unit's foray had so far proceeded without incident, mystical or otherwise. They had found no survivors from the ship's crews, or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck section with the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged. Especially the power cables proceeding further could be dangerous. Logic 15, 25%. Yeah, I don't think I want to take the 15%, thank you very much. Vesti's units headed off to carry out their orders while the rogue trader and his team continued on. After spending several hours wandering down the dead passageways, young Hoshon's unit and the rogue trader reached the bridge of the Fireborn. The oppressive feeling had not dissipated. It was as though the bulkheads of the ships were steeped in the terror and the pain of the people who had vanished without a trace from those decks. On their way there, the unit had found no signs of a struggle or bodies of the crew, and that served only to deepen their unease. After examining the bridge, the scouting unit discovered that the captain's principal cogitator was still functioning. Yeah, it's another fucking tech check, isn't it? The final log entry was identified. A damaged PICT recording that no one in the unit was eager to view. Proximity to the cogitator alone was unsettling enough, and with each passing second remaining on the bridge was becoming more and more difficult. Willpower? Well, I've got my waifu with me, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. The recording contained a message from Captain Nova Fundane. It was almost impossible to make anything out in the PICT, only the captain's hand gripping the edge of the table and flashing of iridescent light. The captain was speaking crisply, almost calmly, but there was also short, almost inaudible breaths. Exactly what the rogue trader's team had encountered when they had first boarded the ship, and it even seemed that those sounds were coming not from the recording, but from the gloom-drenched corners of the bridge itself. Kiava Gamma has fallen. The Fireborn broke orbit under fire from an unknown enemy and left the system, said Captain Van Dane on the recordings with the tone of an officer reporting to her superiors. We encountered pathological warp activity. The crew is reporting failures in the Gellerfield systems. The ship is doomed. Whoever finds this recording, I ask you to hold a prayer service for our souls. I also ask you to take the family relics of the Van Dalen line from Kiawa Gamma. The relics are stored. The captain specified the location of her family vault and the access code. The recording ended. There was nothing left to do on the cursed deck. It was time to return to the shuttle. A message came in from the unit led by the seasoned, unflappable Grey Matina. The captain methodically reported on all the service bay sections her team had already examined. They had found nothing of value, they had found no bodies, there had been no incidents, and the search was proceeding as normal. The unit was waiting for further instructions from the Lord Captain. Awareness 10? Oh, that sounds good. After returning to the shuttle, His Supreme Glorious Greatness, Sir Arch of Terror, received reports about Fireborn's status. The tech priest, who relentlessly pierced the wreckage with the augur's gaze, insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible, fearing imminent destruction. There were also reports from the other two units. Grey Matina's units had explored the service bay without incident, and not wasting any time, had marked valuable components for later disassembly and transfer to the rogue trader's vessel. Ancient Cogitator Cores, Universal Power Cells, Bottle of Extravagant Perfume. Units assembled at the shuttle, and the Lord Captain gave the final order of this grim expedition. I would like to honor her memory, but there's clearly something fucky on this boat. Right, this is a engage with your audience moment right here. 1, 2, and 3. There you go, little mat bricks. Press them buttons, and I will be right back. Right then. One seems to be winning. Alright. Alright, we're being sentimental today, I see, chat. Very well. One it is then. The last request of the fallen captain had been fulfilled. The improvised funeral began with a brief military salute, and the rogue trader himself recited a prayer for the souls of the Fireborn, just as any honest servant of the Emperor who has dedicated their life to voyaging through the darkness would honor their fellows and mourn their deaths. Time was up. The scouting party returned to their ship with one last look at the Fireborn. The rogue trader gave the order to fire upon the death vessel. Yep. Well, I got the opportunity to bomb it anyway, so we're all happy. Alright, provisions. I can't extract them. What about this place? Giant rings. Alright, examine the rings. It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to Terran ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals, in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in a circle. That is true. That is an incredibly fascinating thing, where the ants will actually, like, one ant will go like, okay, well, I'm going to go over here. And another ant goes like, oh, I'm supposed to follow that ant. And every other ant follows that ant. And so the first ant is following the second ant and they just keep circling and circling and circling and circling forever until they all fucking die. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. The strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity on a nefarious xenostructure turned out to be a quirk of nature, and a tragic one at that. Well, I could just bomb them from orbit. It's like, look, you're going in a circle. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. I should have saved. The augurs have detected wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear. Pick up several pieces. Made of plasteel or stone material. Okay, look for the source. The augurs report that there is no evidence to start such debris. Alright, just a little bit of free plasteel floating through space, I guess. Why not? Why not? Right. And with that, I think I'll wrap up, because now we're ready to head off for the Argenta quest next, I think. That weird hidden spaceship planet, as we've discovered most of the other ones. And that'll give me an excellent opportunity to do a little bit of logistics behind the scenes as well, selling off more of my crap, and figuring out which one of my countless stupid little trinkets are actually worth keeping, and which ones I need to toss out as quickly as possible. The Sinister Diary, for example, seems like something I'd probably like to burn sooner rather than later. Right then, let me just double check. Yes, there we are. Right, thank you all very much for watching, for your generous donations, as always, and I'm hoping to see you all again soon. Possibly even tomorrow, we'll see. I do need to stream this game more, but I also need to stream a couple other games. We still have the Lord of the Rings, Medieval 2 Lord of the Rings series to get started. So that'll hopefully be in the not-too-distant future, and I have been having a massive craving for Hearts of Iron again, so we might do a shorter stream series of Hearts of Iron, just because I really feel like it. Anyways, until then, good night, chat.